You can measure the size of an elephant. You can clock the speed of a cheetah, but you can't quantify the heart of a kings, queens, and in-betweens. Welcome to Dr. Boxing Talk. Stream starts now.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know I'm lying.
Yo, what it do? They said 6 months is crazy. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. I appreciate y'all coming through for sure, man. For sure. Hopefully you like the new little setup. You know how to switch it up a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. But yeah, man, we here, man. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kings and queens, and everything in between. Y'all know what time it is. Doctors in the house, man. Let's get it popping. So I see some wonderful, beautiful, dope people in the building. We got my brother Ty in the building. Yes, sir. We got my brother Tay in the building. We got the boy Charmaine in the building. My boy Al Booger. What it do, brethren? In the building, man. Doc took the tank vacation. It's crazy. The tank vacation is crazy. I had to take the tank vacation. Nah, I ain't trying to take the... Hey, tank's vacation comes with confinement. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I don't want that vacation. I like my freedom. You know, it might be limited, you know, in the grand scheme of things, but it's still freedom. I don't want nobody to tell me when to eat, where to go use the bathroom, when to take a shower. You know, I ain't on that type of time. Yeah. No, sir. Shout out to my guy Ryan from the 6. Y'all check out my boy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Formerly known as Boxing Talk Up North. Big North in the building. Shout out to my guy, man. Check him out. Always bringing the dope interviews. We got my brother 2-4 in the building. What up, folk? Yes, sir. What up with it, man? Shout out to all the members, man. Tay said Doc forgot about us. I could never, man. I just, you know, been working. I hate to say that excuse because, you know, but it is what it is. You know, I've been working, man. I've been working and got some time off, so I'm trying to get the lives back popping. But I was going live for the fight nights, you know what I'm saying? I was going live for the fight nights on Saturdays and stuff for the fight commentary. But as far as like a live show, yeah, I've been slipping on my pimping with that one. But we back. I did one on Friday. You know, but now I don't want to say a schedule, but I'm going to try to, you know, be on with some regularity and stuff like that. You feel me? But before we get to all the nonsense that we got to talk about, we got stuff to talk about. Yeah, let's go ahead and thank the Most High. So join me in prayer. Please join me and bow your heads. If you don't indulge in the faith, sit back, have a Coke and a smile. I'll be back with you shortly. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for this wonderful day. We thank you for every day that you bless us, every moment that you give us and provide us to just be happy and be kind to one another and be loving. And also, please bestow upon us some wisdom. Let us find wisdom, because wisdom is worth everything. You know, I know a lot of times we get caught up trying to seek a promotion or try to get more finances or try to solve our relationship matters, but we just have to have faith and give it all to you, and also have the wisdom to know when to just relax and let you work. And that doesn't mean not try our best, but at the same time know what we cannot control. So we just thank you for another day, thank you for another moment, and we just ask that we live life to the fullest, and you continually bless us in Jesus' name. Amen. 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 So let's get right to it, though. Let's get right to it. Let me bring up the chat box. You know we got the chat box up there. Stop playing with me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Ski. But look, so we're going to start off right with Gervonta Tank Davis. So the news is that Tank versus Kid Austin is going down, y'all. How do y'all feel about it? Like, I know there's a lot of mixed emotion. I saw on Twitter that somebody said, oh, who's glad? They made like a poll that said, who's glad that Tank is not in boxing anymore? I said, dang, you're glad that Tank is not in boxing anymore? I don't even know, like, huh? Like, what does that even mean? Like, why are you glad? Whether you like Tank or not, he's a big fighter, and I think that when he fights, it gives big moments and big events. Now, I will say what I am tired of, which is why you don't see me drop too much content on him. I'm tired of the non-boxing related content. You see what I'm saying? I'm tired of, oh, is he coming back? Oh, is he not coming back? Is he retiring? Is he in trouble with this judicial system in Baltimore or in Miami? Like, I'm tired of that, like the extracurricular activities. But you know, everybody has to live their life. I'm just not into that. You know, I like it for the boxing. That's it. So that part I'm tired of. But as far as him being in boxing, of course, it's like, who the heck doesn't want to see Errol Spence come back? I don't want Errol Spence to come back because of the potential ramifications that it has on his health. You know what I'm saying? Because he could, like, for his own welfare, I may not want him to come back. But as far as Spence in boxing, that's big news. You see what I'm saying? It's always good fights. Even him fighting Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu's another guy that I like seeing him fight. So I hope that he's okay as well. You might not want to see him come back under these circumstances. But as far as Gervonta being in boxing, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, like, these are big moments in boxing. So I don't even understand, as a boxing fan, how you won't be excited for Gervonta to come back, whether you're rooting for him or against him. You see what I'm saying? So, but he's supposed to be fighting like September, October, and it's supposed to be against his mandatory, who was Floyd Kid Austin Schofield. I think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a great fight. Is it Gervonta versus Shakur? Of course not. So if you're going from that, is it Gervonta versus Devin, or Gervonta versus Tio, or Gervonta versus, I don't know, whoever else you want to see him in the ring with? No, it's not that, but at least it's a guy who I think deserves a shot. You know what I'm saying? And Kid Austin is ranked number 1 in the WBA. Take that with a grain of salt. President Gilberto Mendoza and them, they be doing the most and the least simultaneously. I don't know what they be doing, but Kid Austin is in a position to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. So if that fight, which has been ordered, actually comes to fruition, I think that's a great fight. You know, Kid Austin's an undefeated young, I don't want to say he's not a prospect anymore, young contender, and he deserves a title shot, especially what he just did to Tevin Farmer. Now, of course, you know, people are gonna shit on him a little bit. Well, he shit on himself, really. People are gonna not be hesitant to forget that, you know, he was supposed to fight Shakur Stevenson. What he pulled against Shakur Stevenson, he definitely ducked Shakur. I don't care what nobody said. That was one of the biggest ducks I've seen. Shout out to my brother Average, someone in the building. Amen, my brother. Two folks said amen, amen, my brother. Peel out, what it do? But as far as what was I saying? Oh yeah, so he ducked Shakur for sure. But I will say, and I know y'all gonna be mad at me. I'm gonna give him a little bit of credit. I don't know what happened. I think he ducked. Like I said, I'm not mincing my words. He definitely ducked Shakur, but for whatever reason, I do think that they changed their mind. I think he was willing to fight Shakur at first, and then I don't know what happened. But they were looking for every excuse in the book. Remember, he said that his passport was sabotaged. His gosh dang car was vandalized. He said that Shakur and his masseuse conjured up some plan to put some cream on his face. This is what he said, that he got sick, you know, maybe because of the cream on his face, which is crazy. He was in the hospital. I don't know, bro, but it just seemed like he was just looking for ways to wiggle out of it. Not seemed like it was that he was trying to wiggle out of it, but I think he was at some point in time ready to fight Shakur. What changed, I don't know, but he definitely ducked. What I'm saying is that Kid Austin, I do have to give him some credit, because I don't think, despite him ducking Shakur, I don't think that he's scared to fight the top guys. And I think that him fighting Tank is going to be a good look. Now, of course, obviously, Gervonta comes with the biggest amount of money, so you got to factor that in as well. But every time you fight a good guy, it's going to come with a lot of money. So if you're not critiquing Bam Rodriguez for chasing Naoya Inoue for the money, then you shouldn't critique Floyd Schofield for chasing Gervonta Davis for the money. I think that he's chasing for the glory and the legacy, and the money comes with it. You see what I'm saying? So shout out to my brother Oster. He finally caught a live. Let's get right, my brother OGO in the building. But yeah, it was the rub. It was the rubber dub. We out there getting rubbed off. Pure says Bammer anyway. You know I'm going Inoue, man. Right now, I'll be rooting for Bam, but I got Inoue. I think people forgetting, like, I think people just throw all the little guys together. Like, they be like, oh, you know, Bam's little, Inoue's little, so they could just fight. Just like with the women, they do that with the women. Oh, Clarissa Shields is a woman. Katie Taylor's a woman. Amanda Serrano's a woman. So let's just throw them in. Lauren Price is a woman. Alicia Bumgarner, let's just throw them in together. No, there's weight classes. So Bam Rodriguez, even though he just fought Antonio Vargas, it looked good. He looked like he would get in some trouble, but he looked good. He's still not in Naoya Inoue's weight class. He went from being 2 divisions away at 115 to 1 division away at 118. I know that that's not that many pounds of a difference. You know, 118 to 122 is only 4 pounds, but it's still significant and consequential, or else they wouldn't make divisions. You see what I'm saying? I trust the science behind it, maybe because I'm one that's into science and a scientist myself, so I trust the science behind it. Now, I'm not a fool. I'm not saying that every weight class differential is even. I'm not one of those. I think it's more significant to go from 160 to 175. Those 2 weight classes is more significant of a jump from 115 to 122. But I'm still saying that it's still worth noting, and it's significant in the fact that it is a difference. You know, Antonio Vargas, he's not a big puncher, but he was landing some good shots on Bam Rodriguez and shifting them and stuff. But we're going to get to that later. Let's go back to the Tank, though. The thing with the WBA, though, and Gervonta Tank Davis is, like, you know, y'all know I like Gervonta. He's one of my favorite fighters, you know. But I do think that, you know, I like boxing. And I think that if he was stripped, I wouldn't have been mad, because he's not fighting. He's talking about retiring. Then he's talking about fighting Jake Paul. Now, I know according to the rules, if you read the rule book of the WBA and stuff like that, he was in jeopardy of being stripped, but according to the timeline, he was good, because he did have a defense against Lamont Roach, even though it wasn't what most consider a successful defense because he didn't win. It was successful because he didn't lose his belt, so he still defended it. It was just a draw, similar to what O'Shea Jones just had, where she retained her IBF belt against Carranza in her rematch. They had a draw, so that counts as a defense. It was not successful because she didn't get a dub in the win column, but it's still a defense, right? So he fought Lamont Roach. I wish he would rematch him and fight him again, but the fact that he fought him, he was still fine to retain his WBA belt. But in my personal opinion, because the WBA said that a guy like Kid Austin was due for a title shot, and if Gervonta, the title holder, is not going to fight him, then strip him. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that any boxer is bigger than the boxing game to hold up the division or anything like that. So I would say that I still want him to rematch Lamont Roach, but the fact that he's fighting Kid Austin now, I think is good. But also, in addition to Kid Austin, it's not just Kid Austin who was getting held up, right? It was also Lucas Body. I attended that fight. Lucas Body's last fight against Roger Gutierrez, you know, that was supposed to be for a title shot. It was a title eliminator. How you fight a title eliminator and not get a title shot? So then with Lucas Body supposed to fight Gervonta Davis, and I interviewed him, you know, go check out the interview, right, with Lucas Body. He talked about it too. If he beats Roger, right, he was supposed to get a title shot against Gervonta Davis, but he also said he was willing to fight Kid Austin. And they also said, WBA being, they said that, okay, Kid Austin and Kid Austin and Lucas Body can fight each other for a shot at the WBA title against Gervonta Davis. Well, that fight didn't transpire either. So to me, the person who's getting shit on the most is Ryan's homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Ryan from the Six is his Canadian brethren, Lucas Body, because Lucas Body won a title eliminator. He didn't get Kid Austin, and he saying? He's not getting Tank. But, you know, hopefully his time will come. I think he's ranked, no, he is ranked number 2 in the WBA, if I'm not mistaken. So his time will come, but it's just like, guys, dang, boy, that business of boxing, boy, if you ain't got a big name, you're going to be in some trouble. And remember, Lucas' body was on the come up too, because remember when he stopped H2O. So it's like all that momentum he gained just kind of fizzled out, you know, because he doesn't have a big backing, but he's with MVP now. So hopefully he'll get right. But, yeah, so long story short, I'm saying that if Gervonta doesn't come back, I think he should be stripped. You know, I just think it's only fair to the other fighters, you know, but I hope he comes back because I think Gervonta versus Kid Austin is a great fight. I know a lot of people are counting Kid Austin out. I'm not counting him out, man. Hey, that boy got some power. I think Gervonta's gonna win. You know, for me, Gervonta's gonna win, and he's gonna look good. He gonna win, and he gonna look good while doing it. You know, he gonna do his thing, but I'm not looking over Kid Austin, man. Kid Austin is I think he has confidence for a reason, but I think Gervonta's gonna be too much. He's too skilled. You know, we see Kid Austin, he has sometimes he has like mental lapses in the ring, and they call it, oh, he gets hypnotized, or he has an outer body experience. Well, he about to have an outer body experience when Gervonta checked that chin. Guys, dang, well, he gonna knock his soul out of his body. You know what I'm talking about? So he gonna poltergeist him. You know, so it is what it is. But I think that Gervonta's gonna be too sharp for him, too technical, and Kid Austin gonna get a little wild. He hasn't really had to pay for it, getting wild too much. But I think he will pay for it. Dan, he paid for it one time against who was that one guy? Renee Tellez-Garon. Remember when he fought Renee Tellez-Garon? He got in trouble. He almost had to pay for it then. I think Gervonta Tank Davis will make him pay for his wild antics. So I think that Tank is, I'm going with Tank 75-25, but I'm not counting out Kid Austin. Shout out to my guy Oster. He said, I feel if you have a belt in boxing and you attend another combat sport, you should lose your belt. Point blank, period, point blank. Yeah, I agree. When you say attend, you mean like, what you mean attend? Like if you go to another fight, or you saying like if you participate? If you participate, I kind of agree. Like, for example, I'm not even saying if you participate in another sport, but if you have a guy from another genre come over and you fight them instead of fighting your championship obligation, like kind of what Usyk did, I think you should be stripped. Like if you're saying something like that, like Usyk fighting Rico Verhoeven, he has the right to fight whoever he wants. In my personal opinion, he's pound for pound number 1 or 2. I say Inoue's number 1 because he fought Rico Verhoeven. So Usyk is number 2. He has the right to fight whoever he wants. He's at the plateau of his career essentially. But if you're gonna do that, then you got to give up the belt. You see what I'm saying? So I agree. If that's what you're saying, Oster, I agree. I agree with that. You only have to fight in another genre. You just, even if you fight somebody else coming from another genre, I think you should be stripped if it's not a legitimate fight. I agree. He says, shout out to my brother Ty. Shout out to my brother Oster, man. Yes, sir. They got their own emotes, man. Big members. Shout out to all the members. You know, they the highest tier member, though. Shout out to them. He said, Tay says, was it the WBA or WBC who let Jamal Charlo hold the belt for a couple years? Come on, man. You know what time it is. All of them, all the above. They do it, bro. They do it on a whim, but especially with the WBC because they have so many clauses in their rule books. It's like they could just basically do what they want. But to answer your question, I believe it was the WBA. Tay. He said, is Tank still with PBC? That I think so. I mean, I haven't had a reason to believe that he's not. I've seen there's some speculation about it, but yeah, I think Tank is still with PBC. Benavidez is still with PBC. All of them are still with PBC, but they all have their own little ventures too. So, nah, you good, Ty. Don't even trip. You good. I appreciate the love and support from everybody, man, in any capacity, man. Just like the video, you know what I'm talking about? I appreciate it. Like the video. Hype the videos too, man. Hype them things, please. You know, YouTube really rocks with the hype. So hype the videos, hype all the videos, you know. But yeah, man. So I think that Gervonta Tank Davis, I think it's great that he's coming back. I think it's great that he's fighting Kid Austin. But for me, still, I prefer him fight Lamont Roach. You know, as much as I like Tank, y'all know me, man. I like boxing, man. That don't mean we may not agree on everything, but I try to be fair and objective, but I think that he should fight Lamont Roach because if you don't fight Lamont Roach, there's no reason not to fight Lamont Roach besides the fact that you're scared you'll lose. That's it. What other reason is there not to fight Lamont Roach? You got to get it back, man. And you know, I'm always an advocate for to get it back. You know, it's so funny because I was on Twitter and I was talking with I made a comment and Carolyn Dubois commented, responded or something, and she was like, "Oh, I said Katie Taylor is who's she fighting again in Croke Park? I can't remember who she's fighting. No disrespect to the young lady she's fighting, but I don't remember her. Right? I don't even really I feel like I seen her fight before, but I don't know, she's not memorable. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, I was like, oh yeah, it'll be nice if Katie Taylor would fight Chantel Cameron. And then Carolyn Dubois will say, oh, that's irrelevant. You should let her ride off into the sunset. She could do whatever she wants. Bitch. I should say that. Sorry. he said she could ride off into the sunset because she's a champion and she could do whatever she wants.
What the fuck does that mean?
Huh? She could do whatever she wants. No, it's not irrelevant because she's still fighting. And if she's still fighting, then she should fight the person that's 1-1 with her, right? It's so funny because those same people that will say it's irrelevant for Katie Taylor to fight Chantel Cameron when they're 1-1 will say that, oh, Bivol needs to fight Beterbiev because they're 1-1, right? People will say, oh, Clarissa Shields should rematch Savannah Marshall and she never lost to her. Clarissa Shields should rematch Hannah Gabriels because she dropped her, but she didn't lose to her. Like, people pick and choose. Carolyn Dubois, wasn't Carolyn Dubois just calling out Katie Taylor? Did you say you wanted to be her final fight? Now it's irrelevant who should know. Chantel Cameron is the only person that beat Katie Taylor, and she's been chasing the rematch. And she tried to change it into, well, Chantel Cameron can make her own name. She already made her own name. It has nothing to do with reputation. It has everything to do with fairness. So when I say, oh, Gervonta Davis should rematch Lamont Roach because they had a draw, just like a lot of people feel that way. Maybe a lot of people are being petty, but I'm saying that based off of a history of wanting fighters to get what they deserve. You see what I'm saying? And Lamont Roach deserves a rematch, and Gervonta Davis deserves the opportunity to correct his misstep, right? What are we talking about? It's like with Triple G. People are saying, oh, Canelo owed Triple G a rematch for the trilogy because the first one was a draw, the second one Canelo won. So they were saying, oh, Canelo owes Triple G the trilogy, right? That's why it happened so many years later, because if you remember, Canelo didn't want to give it to him. But people were like, oh, you need to fight Triple G. You need to fight Triple G. And as much as I like Cinnamons, another one of my favorite fighters, I do think he kind of aged him out. You see what I'm saying? But it's not his fault that Triple G was old on his debut in boxing. You know, Triple G was always old, you know, but because he started boxing late as far as being a pro, right? But he still gave us a trilogy because people demanded it, right? It wasn't irrelevant. But Katie Taylor, because you're trying to fit in, I guess, you know, you got people out here being suckers, man. I like Carolyn Dubois. You know, I rock with Carolyn. I still rock with Carolyn Dubois. She's one of my favorite fighters on the female side. But I just thought that was very corny. It's like people try to assimilate and fit in too much to where they'll sabotage themselves. So if she has a close fight with somebody, I don't want to hear her say that, oh, they owe her something. You know what I'm saying? But then you said it's irrelevant. It's crazy, bro. And Chantel, shout out to Al Booker. And Chantel was robbed. And Chantel was robbed.
Yeah.
Facts. Well, but it's irrelevant because you want to, you know, be accepted by whatever crowd you try to be accepted by. Shout out to Chantel Cameron. But I like Chantel Cameron a lot, but I got Michaela Mayer, man. You know, I root for Michaela Mayer. I like Michaela Mayer a lot. So Michaela Mayer and Chantel Cameron are going to give us a great fight. You see what I'm saying? And I'm looking forward to that. Speaking of Michaela Mayer, Al Booger, don't people say that, oh, Alicia Bumgarner needs to rematch Michaela Mayer? Why do you say that? Is that irrelevant too? No, it's not irrelevant. Now, if Alicia Bumgarner doesn't want to give it to her, that's up to her. But it's never irrelevant. Yeah, it wasn't irrelevant for Katie Taylor to have a trilogy with Amanda Serrano, even though she beat her 3 times, right? It wasn't irrelevant when she was up 2-0. It wasn't irrelevant to have the trilogy with Amanda Serrano, right? That wasn't irrelevant. But Chantel Cameron getting the trilogy is irrelevant. Like, get out of here, man. Just say you don't like Chantel, or just say that you trying to fit in and trying to get accepted by a certain crew. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to my guy, tired Cowboys fan. He said Lamont got to fight with Zepeda, don't he? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. That couldn't be next regardless, but I firmly believe the rematch Lamont, he got to. Yeah. I'm not saying that, but even before that, I've been saying this since the rematch. I've been saying this since the draw happened. But you're right. It can't be next because Lamont Roach is fighting Zepeda. Yeah, I'm not saying fight that everybody should cancel their plans to accommodate Tank. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I want the rematch to happen, not necessarily next. But you're right. Kid's last fight was Farmer. Yeah, Kid Austin's last fight was Farmer. Average. Yep. Ty says, all right, keep that same energy when it comes to Alicia. Like, oh, she ain't got to fight Carolyn. Come on now, y'all in the she ain't got to. They not even in the same division, right? Yeah, they're not even in the same division. So Alicia Bumgarner ain't got to fight Carolyn. You see what I'm saying? Like, she was just, I don't even understand why she even said that. Like, I didn't throw a shot at Carolyn Dubois. She just jumped in. I was just saying it would be nice if Katie Taylor had the trilogy with Chantel Cameron, you know, and I keep that same energy, bro. I want Bivol to have a trilogy with Beterbiev. I want, if you're 1-1 or you're 0, like, you know, if you have a draw and then one person wins, have the trilogy. It makes sense. What doesn't make sense is Tyson Fury having a trilogy with Derek Chisora and Tyson Fury won all 3 times. What doesn't make sense is Katie Taylor having a trilogy with Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor won all 3 times. Those are trilogies that don't make sense. Those are trilogies that are irrelevant or should have been irrelevant, right? They're only relevant because whatever. Tran was good. Triple G wanted to fight Floyd. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, Triple G fight Floyd Mayweather is nonsense. And that was stupid. Floyd was too small. Shout out to my brother Oster dropping the hello yellow, $10 on the fellow with that bread, that cheese, that butter. Oster said, here you go, Doc, since you hating on the Knicks. Why you ain't say, yo, shout out to the Knicks? Okay, I'll say it. And shout out to the Knicks. Yo, how about those Knicks? How about those Knicks, man? Nah, Doc, I just want to support the channel for real, man. Go Knicks, man. I appreciate you, Oster. Always showing love to the channel. I appreciate that, man. No, you see? You see how you do? I wore, bro, hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 quick second. I'll be right. Bro, what's crazy is the last live, I wore this hat. Now, I know this ain't the Knicks, but it's a New York team. It's the Yankees. You know what I'm saying? I've been wearing my New York paraphernalia. Been holding it down for them because y'all deserve it. Not because I'm a Knicks fan. You know, I rock with the Heat, you know, Florida, everything Florida. So, you know, the Heat and the Knicks have a little rivalry there, but I was happy for the Knicks. I think it's good for basketball, you know what I'm saying? Different champions and some parity along in the league is always good, you know, for the health of the sport, in my opinion, keep things popping. And that's why I like upsets in boxing, because it keeps you wondering, like, who wants to go and watch a sport where you know the outcome? You see what I'm saying? It just keeps it lively. So shout out to you also. But yeah, I've been holding it down. I wore, hold on, I'll be right back. Let me show you this one too. I wore this hat too the other day. I wore the Spurs hat too, man, because I was hoping that they would at least get 2 games so we could go to game 6, man. Because, you know, I just like watching basketball. So, you know, I didn't really have a horse in the race. I didn't really care if the Spurs or the Knicks won, but I wanted to go to game 7. So I was wearing the Spurs hat, and they messed around and lost the game. I wore the Spurs hat. I think it was game 5. I don't know. Don't come back with that Knicks hat. I might have to go get me a Knicks hat, man. I got an NBA hat where it got all the logos on it, but I ain't got a Knicks hat. He said, Trash says the WBC is trying to force feed McKayla to David Benavidez, just like how the WBA, WBO force fed David. Yeah, facts, Trey. Yeah, not trying. They are. You know, the only thing that's gonna stop McKayla and David Benavidez is David Benavidez not fighting McKayla, because, you know, as you know, and I dropped the videos on the WBC, President Mauricio Solomon said, hey, if Noel McKayla fights Ja Bataya, he's gonna get stripped of the WBC. So Noel McKayla, and I dropped a video on this. I think you saw it. I'm not sure. You might have commented. I'm not sure. But a representative, Anthony Gurgis, who's the advisor for Team McKayla, they said that they want to fight David Benavidez. They do not want to lose their belt, so they're gonna fight David Benavidez. But David Benavidez and Jose Benavidez, senior, out here still talking about fighting Canelo and stuff like that. I don't know what David. Shout out to David Benavidez, one of my favorite fighters, but they gotta let Canelo go, bro. Like, gosh, dang, bro, you at cruiserweight, bro. Like, let it go, dog. Cinnamon's not fighting you, bro. Like, like, he keep talking about we finna fight Cinnamon.
If you out here getting fake vagina over your fake jury, reality is reality.
And the reality is you not fighting Canelo, bro. Like, let it go. Now you talk about Canelo. Bivol said that he's gonna fight Beterbiev for the trilogy. He's prioritizing that after satisfying his IBF mandatory Michael Eifert. Like, let it go, bro. Like, go fight Noel McKayla, man. Go fight McKayla, man. Get that WBC belt if you could beat him. If not, lose your WBA and WBO belt and let things move, man. Let things move, man. It's crazy, bro. But yeah, I think I think Gervonta coming back is good for the sport, man. You know, but then again, too, I like Gervonta, but you know, I like Gervonta, so it is what it is. But hey, hopefully we can get some of these fights. You know, we got Murataya at 135 defending his IBF belt against Robson Kasesa. I don't know how Robson Kasesa keeps getting these title opportunities, but shout out to him. Raymond Murataya, that'd be a good fight if he beats Robson. I'd be cool with Tank versus Murataya. I just like unifications, man. Who else is at 135? Abdullah Mason's about to defend his belt against Joe Cordina in Cleveland. That should be a good fight. I think Abdullah gonna knock Cordina's head off. But Cordina is a good fighter. I think he only has 1 loss, right? His only loss is to Anthony Kakachi, right? If I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, that should be a good fight, man. I think that I think you got some good boxing this year, bro. You got some good boxing, some good news in boxing lately. And then Errol Spence too, you know. He's supposed to be fighting Tim Tszyu. If he beats Tim Tszyu, he's supposed to be fighting Jermell Charlo. That should be a good one. You know, we ain't seen Jermell since he got big bop boot by Canelo. And we ain't see Spence since he got big bop boot by Bud. So, you know, if Spence could beat Tim Tszyu, then him versus Jermell Charlo. I ain't gonna lie. I consider myself an optimist, man. I'm very optimistic, but like when we look too far ahead, man, I'm not really a fan of that. So I'm not sure it's gonna happen, but you know, I'm a little skeptical. You know, I might be a little bit pessimistic in that regard, but Jermell Charlo is supposed to get the winner of Tim Tszyu and Errol Spence, especially if it's Errol Spence, you know. So that'd be good too, you know. So we got some good stuff going on in boxing, you know, as far as the future, you know, good Lord willing. We just need Virgil Ortiz to come back and get it in with Boots or Xander or Sebastian Fedor, you know. Hey, things moving now. They might be not moving exactly how we want, but things are moving, man. Andy Cruz about to take another L. Oh, you think he about to lose? Ooh. Yeah, he fighting your boy, ain't it? Yeah, he fighting your boy. That's gonna be a good fight, man. He's fighting your boy, man. He fighting what's the name? Bell, right? He fighting Bell, ain't it? Should be a good one. Average somebody says it's been a while since I've been on the live. I want to petition for an Oscar emoji. You dumbass. It's golden. I appreciate it.
You dumbass.
Bro, that's the best, bro. I love when I put it in videos, bro. I love dropping that on videos. That just be going crazy. Here go to let me see. Where the Knicks at for Oster? I don't see the Knicks. Oh, there you go. There go the Knicks right there. Oh, my NBA hat. It's a little dirty. It's an old hat, but that's for Oster right there. Man, hey, Tay. That's gonna be a good fight. Hey, I picked. People thought I was crazy when I picked Morataya to beat Andy Cruz, and what happened? Come on, man. I don't get them all right, but I get a lot right. You know what I'm saying? But moving on, though, I want to talk about, someone brought up the Bam Rodriguez and Naoya Inoue. I think it was, who brought it up? I don't know. Someone in the chat brought it up. Naoya Inoue and Bam Rodriguez, man. I think it was Peel Out. Right now, I have Naoya Inoue winning. We're going to transition to this, man. I like Bam Rodriguez. Bam Rodriguez looked good against Antonio Vargas, right? But, you know, I maintain this. You know, I think that Antonio Vargas is a good fighter. Shout out to him. He didn't have to take the fight. You know, it was a similar situation with Brian Norman. He didn't have to fight Devin Haney, but they chose greatness. So shout out to Antonio Vargas, shout out to Brian Norman, all the fighters that are demonstrating that fighting spirit and that warrior mentality that we always want, right? That we always desire as fans. Shout out to them, chasing the big fights. But Antonio Vargas came up short. However, in the process, right, he was defending his WBA belt for 118. And Bam Rodriguez moved up, right? And in my personal opinion, I think that Puma Martinez, who's Bam Rodriguez's fight before Antonio Vargas, is his best win to date. A lot of people say Estrada or Quadras because they know those people. Those guys are older legends. But at the time that Bam fought him, they were older, you know. So to me, Puma Martinez is a better win. To me, Sonny Edwards is a better win. To me, Fuma Lady Cafu coming off a win over Kosei Tanaka is a better win. You see what I'm saying? But out of all those wins, even with Juan Francisco Estrada, remember Juan Francisco Estrada, El Gallo, he dropped Bam Rodriguez. But if you watch that fight, it was a flash knockdown. It wasn't like he dropped him and Bam was hurt. He dropped him, and then in the very next round, Bam stopped him. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it was just like Bam was just getting a little too loose with it. And the old veteran, you know, he caught him. And he got up, shook it off, and stopped him in the very next round. So I'm saying that Bam Rodriguez has made it look relatively smooth and easy up until this point. Against Vargas, he stopped him too, but Vargas was pushing Bam around. I don't know how people don't see that. You see what I'm saying? And now, so with Bam being moved around seemingly at will by Antonio Vargas, who's not a big puncher like that, but he was just bigger than Bam, and he was also, I don't want to say dominating, but he was establishing his will at times, right? In moments. You got to understand, we want Naoya Inoue. Naoya Inoue is more athletic than Antonio Vargas, probably, and he's more athletic than Bam. He hits harder than Antonio Vargas. He's stronger, and most importantly, he's at another weight division. So if he fights Naoya Inoue, Bam Rodriguez will be moving up again. It will be similar to what Terrence Bud Crawford did Not as amazing as Terrence Bud Crawford, because Terrence Bud Crawford moved up to fight Israel Madrimov at 154, undefeated champion. Then he moved up 2 weight divisions to fight the face of boxing, Saul Canelo Alvarez, right? He did it successfully in dominant fashion. But Bam Rodriguez will be moving up in succession and then moving up again. You know what I'm saying? I mean, moving up and then moving up in succession, 2 weight classes, like in 2 fights. I think that might be too much. I would prefer for Bam to get a fight at 122, an introductory fight, or at least get another fight at 118, which I would prefer him to fight the WBC champion Takuma Inoue, who's Naoya Inoue's brother, right? Like I said, I feel like it's a perfect scenario. And I drew this scenario up with Junto Nakatani back when, before Seiya Susumi upset Takuma Inoue. I wanted Junto to fight Takuma Inoue, take his belt, and then Naoya Inoue have to come on some anime revenge arc and try to avenge his brother's loss, right? Now, it could still happen, just instead of Junto Nakatani being the main character or the protagonist, it'll be Bam Rodriguez. But I think that Junto, because he's a bigger guy, right? He had an introductory fight against Sebastian Hernandez at 122. I think if Bam doesn't do that, he's gonna lose. I think that that's too much. And obviously Robert Garcia, who's his trainer, agrees with me. Robert Garcia said the same thing in so many words, right? He said that, yeah, he wants Bam to get another fight, and he wants him to fight either the WBO champion Christian Medina or the WBC champion Takuma Inoue. But that's at 118. I think that'd be good too, but I think that'll be better. It'll behoove Bam to fight at 122 and get an introductory fight there to get acclimated with the weight before he fights Naoya Inoue, because I just think that will be too much. But I will say this: they've been doing a lot of pump faking and clout chasing. Eddie Hearn and Robert Garcia. Like, if you're gonna keep calling out Naoya Inoue, then I think it's almost obligatory that you fight him, because now Naoya Inoue saying, "Okay, Ben, let's fight." And now all of a sudden, after you beat Vargas, it's all want another fight. I've been saying that he should have another fight, but if you're just saying it now, then it looks a little shaky. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you got to keep the same energy that you put on guys like Shakur when we say, oh, Shakur said he'll fight Conor Benn at 147, catch 147, but not, or what do you say, rehydration clause at 147, but not Devin Haney. Like, we hold the fighters to their words. We got to hold Bam Rodriguez to his word too, and his team. They've been calling out Naoya Inoue this whole time, and then now when you get a belt at 118, now you want another fight. You should have been saying that you want another fight, bro. Like, I don't know what they thought. So I think Bam Rodriguez could beat Naoya Inoue, and I'll be rooting for Bam Rodriguez. I think he's more disciplined when he's fighting. I think he's more technical. I think his defense is a little better than Naoya's. Naoya Inoue takes a lot of risks, but Naoya Inoue is a bigger puncher. He can afford to take those risks because he's athletic and he moves around, and so and he could be disciplined too. So I think right now, even though I'll be rooting for Bam Rodriguez, if I had to put my money on, I'll put money on Naoya Inoue. Facts. Shout out to my bad if I'm missing some messages. Average says the Sunny was the best one in my opinion. I agree. Juan was one of the best KOs I've ever seen in real time. Yeah, that KO of Juan Francisco Estrada was nasty. Be honest with you, all his KOs been nasty though. The one against Puma Martinez was nasty too. A lot of his KOs been nasty. Hell, the Antonio Vargas one was nasty. Average, yeah, that boy Bam a beast. Al Booger says, Tay says Bam best wins got good wins. That's a fact. Yeah, Bam beat Carlos Cuadras. He beat Pedro Guevara. He beat Juan Francisco Estrada. He beat Fumile Cafu, Puma Martinez, Sonny Edwards. And now Antonio Vargas. He has good wins now. Antonio Vargas has been stopped before, but that was early on in his career. He said, I never see Bam go backwards. I never see Monster go backwards against a good fighter. Yeah, Bam was going backwards against Antonio Vargas. You seen that? Yeah, he was going. That's what I'm a little nervous about. Average says, I've never seen any of Vargas fights before, but I did see a podcast with Shakur talk about how when he fought him in the amateurs, and Vargas gave him hell. Yeah, and praise how good he really is there. Yeah. Antonio Vargas is nice. I think that's a great win for Bam. Don't get it twisted, but he's just not a big puncher. Naoya Inoue is a big puncher. Junto Nakatani's a big puncher. So, and these guys are bigger punchers. So, might have been more of Vargas than most of the public gave him credit for. Yeah, facts. I agree. Vargas reminded me of a Temu saying David. Why you gotta be Temu, bro? That's crazy. Why you gotta be Temu, bro? He said, shout out to Devo. He said, I'm late, but I got to take. Stop it, kid. Also, I think Bam should fight Takuma as well. Yeah, man, I think Bam should fight Takuma anyway. He said, you're late. You're good, bro. Welcome. He says that he got to take. Yeah, I got to take Stop It Kid Austin too. I got to take Stop It Kid Austin probably 8 or 9. Yeah, 8 or 9. I'm gonna go with 9 right now. I was thinking 7, but I'm gonna go with 9. I just think that the punch placement is gonna be too nice for Kid Austin, and he gonna go in one of his trances and get put to sleep. He gonna go from one trance to another trance. You know, one because he be hypnotized, you know, hypnosis in the corner, and the other trance gonna be a deep sleep trance by a nice uppercut from Tank, a la Leo Santa Cruz. Bam don't look good going backwards, and Monster will be a front foot heavy without them angles. Bam going to sleep. I'm telling you, Tay, I think so too. I think Naoya Inoue might. I think Naoya Inoue stops him, bro. Woo! Tufo said he got killed by split decision.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that? No damn well who I am. Who the fuck is that?
Nah, that's not Tufo. I don't know who that is. Somebody that hacked his account. He said he got Kid Austin by split decision. Yeah, he trolling. Chat, he trolling. Somebody that hacked my boy account. I don't know who that ain't Tufo. That's boxing with 2-3. That ain't Tufo, man. That's 2.5 or something. That ain't. Yeah, I'm not going. I don't even believe that. I don't even believe that, bro. He said, I got to take on decision. I don't think Tank coming back with a knockout win yet. Tank by decision. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, I tell you, yeah. That ain't 2-4, bro. 2-4 trolling, bro. Hey, I ain't been going that long. I ain't been going that long. I forgot who you rock with. Come on now. Stop playing. But yeah, Bam, like I said, I'm not knocking Bam. Like, that's the thing too. When I say Bam looked a little shaky, I'm not saying that in the back. He won. He knocked him out. You know, that's 2-3 and me. You know, that ain't 24. You feel me? Yeah, that ain't 2-4, man. But I think Bam just, like I said, it's just the way the fight happened. Like, Antonio Vargas had him in bad positions. I'd never seen Bam in those positions before and getting pushed back so heavily. So obviously he was able to come out on top. He was taking a lot of punches. If he took those type of punches from, let's say, a Junto Nakatani or a Sebastian Hernandez or a Christian Medina or Naoya Inoue, I think he'll be in trouble. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But of course, you got to give him credit for winning. He's a 3-division champion, and he always goes for belts. He's a former unified, current 3-division, former Ring Magazine champion. He's a beast, man. He's on the pound for pound list too. So that and I don't know how y'all feel, but my pound for pound list goes Naoya Inoue number 1, Usyk number 2, Dmitry Bivol number 3. I'm just gonna go top 5. I would say Bam and Shakur. I would say Shakur number 4, Bam number 5. Maybe Bam number. I would say recency bias. I'm gonna say Bam number 4, Shakur number 5. Just for recency biases, he just had to win. But I want to show y'all this though. I want to look at this pound for pound ranking of the gosh dang Ring Magazine, bro. I'm gonna Ring Magazine funny, bro. Let's pull up the pound for pound rankings, man. Ring Magazine funny, bro. No, man, I want pound for pound, man. Look at this. They got Naoya Inoue number 1. I'm cool with that. Usyk number 2. I'm cool with that. Shakur number 3. I mean, I'm not mad at that. Shakur deserves it. Jesse Rodriguez number 4. David Benavidez number 5. Dmitry Bivol number 6. Junto number 7. Devin Haney number 8. You know, Junto's one of my favorite fighters, and I'm not the biggest Devin Haney fan, but the man is the youngest undisputed champion of the 4-belt era on the male side ever. Gabriela's the only one that beats him, but that's including women, right? Gabriela Fondora. How could you put Junto above Devin Haney despite the loss to Naoya Inoue? Like, maybe you got a slight argument. I like Junto. I don't even think him undefeated has an argument over Devin Haney unless you're counting the no contest with Ryan Garcia against him, which I know a lot of people do. That's the issue. Like, you can't do that, bro. It's a no contest for a reason. It didn't count. That's why he's still undefeated. I don't understand how Devin Haney's not above Junto Nakatani and David Benavidez. I know, but my biggest gripe, though, even bigger than that, is Dmitry Bivol. Dmitry Bivol is undisputed. He only lost undisputed outside of the ring when the WBC stripped him. Dmitry Bivol, to me, is number 3. To me, Dmitry Bivol should be over Benavidez, Rodriguez, and Stevenson. I don't even know. Like, I don't get it, but it ain't my list. I just don't understand. Like, and they're showing the last 5 wins here. You got Naoya Inoue number 1. Last 5 wins. Who was Naoya Inoue's last 5 wins, chat? Naoya Inoue, Junto Nakatani, MJ Akhmadaliev. Who else? Akhmadaliev. Who was before that? David Allen Picasso Romero. Ramon Cardenas and Yi Jun Kim. Check those 5 for me. Check those 5 for me, chat. Check those 5 for me. What I said, Juto Nakatani, check. David Picasso, check. MJ Abadali, check. Ramon Cardenas, check. Eju Kim, check. Bro, I'm a beast, bro. Bro, I'm a beast, bro. I really do this boxing stuff, bro. I really do this boxing stuff, bro. Bro. Matter of fact, hold on. Let's see. Let's go through the top 5. Let's go through the top 6. Let's go to the I guarantee you, chat. I don't know if I'm gonna get them all right, but I guarantee you there's not another boxing content creator that's gonna name all 5 of these wins of their last 5 fights without referencing anything. Let's say, okay, Alexander Usyk. I want somebody to fact check me. Alexander Usyk, last fight was Rico Verhoeven. Fight before that was Daniel Dubois. Fight before that was Tyson Fury twice. Tyson Fury. And then, was it Anthony Joshua or Daniel Dubois? Okay, Rico Verhoeven, Daniel Dubois, Tyson Fury. I don't know if it was Anthony Joshua or Daniel Dubois. I want to say Daniel Dubois. I want to say Anthony Joshua 6 fights ago. Let's see. He said this is staged. I said staged. I'm just a beast, bro. This is why y'all rock with me. I'm the best. I don't even think Max Kellerman or none of them goofballs could do it. Okay, Rico Verhoeven, Daniel Dubois, Tyson Fury. Come on, bro. Come on, Average. This is what I do, bro. This is what I do, Average. Come on now. That's check. That's 10 fighters, right? That's 10 fighters that I knew off the top. Let's go. Shakur Stevenson. Ooh, I might mess up Shakur. Shout out to my brother Ty. I might mess up Shakur. Shakur's last fight was Teofimo. Before that was, Teofimo. Zepeda. William Zepeda. Before that was Josh Padley, because he was a replacement for Kid Austin. Josh Padley. Ooh, who was before that? Was it Artem Hartunian? I think it was Artem Hartunian. And before that was Edwin De Los Santos. Ooh, I don't know. I think Edwin De Los Santos. Let's see. I'm going with that. I could be wrong. But I think I'm right. I think it was Edwin De Los Santos. Let's see, top 5. Teofimo, check. Zepeda, check. Josh Padley, check. Artem Hartunian, check. Bro, I'm the best, bro. I'm the best, bro. Average, I'm the best, bro. I'm the best. That's 15 fighters straight. 3 different opponents, right? 3 different fighters. I named 15 other fights. Let's go to Jesse Bam Rodriguez. Next. Last 5 fights. Jesse Bam Rodriguez. Who did he just fight? Antonio Vargas. Jesse Bam Rodriguez fight Antonio Vargas. Puma Martinez. Fumalady Cafu. Ooh. Was it Pedro Guevara? Ooh, hold on. I think it was Pedro Guevara because that's what he fought on the Boots card, right? Him and Boots fought together. I think that was Pedro Guevara. And then who was before that? Juan Francisco Estrada? I think Juan Francisco Estrada. So I'm going to go, what did I say? Antonio Vargas, Puma Martinez, Fumalady Cafu, Pedro Guevara, and Juan Francisco Estrada. Let's see. Antonio Vargas, check. Puma Martinez, check. Fumalady Cafu, check. Pedro Guevara, check. Bro. Hey, come on, man. Come on, Average. Come on, man. He did fight Vargas. He killed that man. Shout out to SRT. Come on, man. Shout out to my brother Dane, man. Come on, bro. This is what I do, man. That's what I do. Thank you, Dane. Salute to you, man. Shout out to Dane. Shout out to SRT. Next one, Ooh. I might mess up David Benavidez. Last 5. Who did he just fight? Oh, Zerto. Beat the heck out of Zerto. Anthony Yard. It was Zerto, Anthony Yard, David Morrell, Alexander Vazdik, and Boo Boo Andre. Or was it Caleb Plant? No, Boo Boo Andre was after Caleb, because Boo Boo Andre then he moved up to light heavyweight, right? So yeah, so it was Zerto, Anthony Yard, Alexander Vazdik, no, David Morrell, Alexander Vazdik, and then Boo Boo Andre. Let's see. We on demon time, Ty. Zerto, check. Anthony Yard, check. David Morrell, check. Vazdik, check. Bro, Christian. Hey, dang, bro. We some beasts, bro. We are, look. I got the top 5. So how many is that? 5 times 5. 25 fighters, all correct. Dimitri Bivol. Ooh. Okay, let's try. I'm gonna stop at Junto Nakatani. Let's try Dimitri Bivol. Dimitri Bivol is who? Dimitri Bivol. Michael Eifert for his IBF mandatory. Artur Beterbiev twice, right? Back to back. Malik Zanad, because remember Beterbiev was hurt. He hurt his knee, so he had to fight Malik Zanad. And then was before that Canelo or Zurdo? I think it was Zurdo. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, because it was Cinnamon then Zurdo, right? Or was it Zurdo then Cinnamon? I think it was Cinnamon then Zurdo. So I'm gonna go Michael Eifert, Beterbiev, Malik Zanat, and then Zurdo Ramirez. Let's see. Sizzle, what it do? Sizzle La Blue. What's good, my brother? Michael Eifert, check. Beterbiev, check. Malik Zanat, check. Lyndon Arthur. Dang. Lyndon Arthur, bro. I forgot about Lyndon Arthur. And then Zurdo. I messed up. Okay, so he got one wrong. Lyndon Arthur. I forgot about Lyndon Arthur. It was Zurdo. It was Zurdo, then Lyndon Arthur, then Malik Zanad. Guys, dang it. I forgot. So I messed up one. That's all right. We got one wrong. That's okay. I forgot about Lyndon Arthur. All right, let's do one more. Junto Nakatani, last one. Junto Nakatani, last 5 fights. This is one of my favorite fighters, so this should be easy in theory. Junto Nakatani, Naoya Inoue, where he suffered his first loss. Sebastian Hernandez. Ryosuke Nishida for the unification for the IBF belt and his WBC belt. Who was before Ryosuke Nishida? David Cuellar. I remember Junto Nakatani stopped him early, but he caught Nakatani with a nice hit. So I'm going Naoya Inoue. Naoya Inoue. Dang it. Naoya Inoue, Sebastian Hernandez for his debut at Super Bantamweight. Ryosuke Nishida. David Cuellar. Oh, 5th one, I don't know. Oh, I don't know the 5th one. I don't remember if it was that. It was either Alejandro Santiago or that Salapat dude. Tasana Salapat from Philippines, I think. I think he's from the Philippines or somewhere like that. Salapat? I'm going to go with Salapat. It might be Alejandro Santiago, though. But I'm going with Salapat. Naoya Inoue, check. Sebastian Hernandez, check. Ryosuke Nishida, check. David Cuellar, check. Come on, man. Salapat. Tasana Salapat. I wasn't sure if it was Alejandro. Oh, I'm glad Alejandro Santiago was before Vincent Astrolabio. I forgot about Vincent Astrolabio. Alejandro Santiago. Tasana Salapat. Come on, I'm not, bro. Look, check this out. We did 7 fighters, right? We did 7 different fighters and 5 opponents. 7 times 5 is what? 35. I got 34 out of 35, right? Man, bro, they not messing with me. They not messing with, bro. I'm the best, bro. I'm the best, bro. He said, if you're not first, you last. Facts. If you're not first, you last. Yeah. Facts. Shout out to Smoochie in the building. One time for the ladies. Shout out to Smoochie in the building. Sizzler Blue said, thought we was getting Robert Garcia interview on stream. Hey, Sizzler Blue, hey, I need to, man. I need to, Sizzle. I need to, bro. Shout out to Robert Garcia, man. Robert Garcia think I don't like him because our little back and forth on Twitter. Bro, it's not that. You know what's so crazy about that? Did you move? If your background looks bright, it's, I got the window open. That's all. I'm trying to get some air. It's too bright. Yeah, I got the window open. You know what I'm talking about? I didn't move though, no. I just took down my green screen. If y'all like the other, we can always go back, you know? We could always go back to the other, to the studio, you know? We can always go back to the studio, you know? But I just took my green screen down. My green screen's behind me. No, I didn't move though. In the same spot, you feel me? Yeah, but Robert Garcia, like you feel me, Sizzle? Like, I don't know if you ever see the Twitter stuff, right? Like, please, hey, follow your boy on Twitter too, man. I just speak the truth over there. People don't like it, but it is what it is. But it's like, you know, it's like when we mention controversies, right? when we mention controversies, people get mad when they like a person or they don't like a person. Like when people talk about Snack, you would think that Devin Haney and Terrence Crawford are the only two fighters on the Snack roster. People don't talk about Caleb Plant on Snack. They don't talk about Ivan Redcash or Mikey Garcia or Sean Porter or Bam Rodriguez. Any Robert Garcia affiliated fighter usually has a big old Snack logo on their hat and on their chest, on their shirts, right? Virgil Ortiz. But we only talk about Devin Haney. So when Devin Haney gets brought up, people bring up the Snack controversy. That doesn't mean that he's guilty or innocent. It just means that that's a controversy that's tied to his name. That's all I was saying with Robert Garcia. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you bring up Ryan Garcia, you have to bring up the PEDs. That's a controversy, whether you believe it or not. Well, there's nothing to believe because it's already been proven judicially, you know, and literally and technically everything's been proven about his PEDs, right? You have to bring that up. That's part of his controversy. What are we talking about? So if you bring up Reynoso, Eddie Reynoso, who's a trainer, you have to bring up the PEDs that are affiliated with his fighters. I like Canelo. I still like Canelo, but you have to bring up the Eddie Reynoso Canelo PED controversy, Jaime Munguia PED controversy, Cesar Martinez controversy, what's the other, Louis Neary, whoever else is attached to Eddie Reynoso and they have a PED controversy. Whether you believe that he's innocent or guilty, that's a controversy surrounding him, right? So when you bring up Robert Garcia, unless you've been living under a rock, there's usually a hand wrap or glove controversy with him, right? Even if he wasn't with Margarito, he picked up Margarito after the hand wrap controversy with Cotto. And if you notice, by Robert Garcia's own admission, he was called to the hearing. He was called to the hearing for the Margarito and Javier Cepillo hand wrap thing situation, right? Why would he be called to the hearing if he had nothing to do with it? Like if I live in a town and there's crime, I won't get called to the hearing just because I live in the town. I would get called to the hearing if I witnessed the crime, if I was affiliated with the crime, if the crime happened against me, towards me, if I was a victim of the crime. You know, Nazim Richardson was a trainer that was at the hearing because Sugar Shane Mosley was his fighter. Was Bob Santos? He said a lot of trainers were at the hearing. He's right. A lot of trainers were at the hearing. Was Freddie Roach at the hearing? No. Was Bob Santos at the hearing? No. Was Bomac at the hearing? No. Was Emmanuel Stewart at the hearing? Rest in peace? No. So why were you at the hearing? You feel me? So I don't want it, bro, because he was affiliated with it. It wasn't, Margarito wasn't his team, but he was around them before Margarito got in trouble with it. What are we talking about, bro? Like, I watch too much boxing to fool me. You can get emotional if you want to. And even if you don't worry about that, right? The Maidana, Floyd Mayweather glove controversy with that, right? Remember he had the lower padding on his gloves? That was with Robert Garcia, right? And then now, most recently, Bam Rodriguez, they had to rewrap their hands. So I said, oh, Robert Garcia with another hand wrap glove controversy. I didn't say it. Someone, I think it was DAZN that posted it. And then Robert Garcia was like, oh, there's no controversy. I said, bro, I responded to that. I said, bro, every time there's with you, the controversy with you is hand wraps and gloves. Bro, I didn't even say that he was guilty. I'd never say he's guilty. I didn't even give an opine. I didn't even give my opinion. I just said that the controversy surrounding him always has to do with gloves and hand wraps. And he got mad, I guess. You get mad all you want. I didn't say bro, he's my favorite trainer. But that doesn't change the fact that the controversy around you is hand wraps and gloves. When you bring up Alicia Bumgarner, don't they bring up her PED controversy? They always do, right? But if you're a fan of somebody, then you get mad. It's like Gervonta Davis. They bring up his woman issues, women beating controversy. It is whether he's guilty or not. That's the controversy surrounding you, bro. I could think of four different occasions with Robert Garcia and hand wraps. I could literally think of 4 different occasions with Robert Garcia and hand wraps and gloves. I could literally think of that. Whether he's guilty in those situations, that's not up to me. I didn't make the report. I just read them. You get mad if you want to. I still like Robert Garcia. Shout out to Robert Garcia. But it is what it is. Get mad at me if you want to. Shout out to Smooch, said no, it wasn't too bright. What's missing? The studio? Yeah, the studio missing, yeah. Shout out to Karma in the building one time for the ladies. I love me some Karma, man. What's good, Karma? Good to see you, Karma. Where's your dog? He outside in the back porch. One of them, one in heaven and the other one out there. Out there in the back porch. Doc was funny Twitter reaction. He ain't knowing you saw. Thank you, sister. He ain't know I'm solid, bro. And thank you for supporting, man. Because people be thinking like, I'm gonna tell you too. My experience is like, people think that people first of all, people are followers, man. So if you don't have a big following, or people think that, oh, this person's not telling the truth, or if they're unaware of a situation, they're not telling the truth. Like, bro, like I literally brought his own, he incriminated himself. I literally posted, well, I know you saw it, but I literally had to post a clip. I had to go back in the archives and post a clip of Robert Garcia admitting that he was at the hearing and he saw, like, come on, bro. Like, bro, I don't make this stuff up, bro. Bro, cook with the margarita reference. Thank you, Sizzle. Thank you, Sizzle. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate it, man. Because people, if you don't have a big following, or if people don't agree, people will dismiss you if you don't have a big following, or a lot of people follow what you say. That's why you got to live in the truth, man. It don't matter if a lot of people agree or not. The truth is the truth. The truth won't change. And Robert Garcia himself, that's why I respect Robert Garcia still. He said that I am not lying. So if I'm not lying, he didn't say I was telling the truth. He said I'm not lying. But look, hey, Sizzle, if you're not lying, then you telling the, okay, then. Okay, then. If you're not lying, you're telling the, oh, okay, you either right or it's either right or left, up or down, right or wrong, fact or fiction. And if you're not lying, then you're telling the, okay. If you're not, I'm gonna bring it up too. Yeah, man, had me hot, bro. Like I'm making up stuff. The man said you're not lying. Well, yeah, if I'm not lying, then that means I'm telling the, okay. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Got me messed up, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was like, all right, bet. Hey, I was looking, because I had to search. I was like, nah, bro, I know I'm not tripping. I mean, I can't find it right now. But yeah, follow your boy on Twitter, man. Kimber Farrell. Oh, thank you, Carl. I appreciate it. Well, made me cry on stream, man. I appreciate it. I just saw a picture of him yesterday. You know, like when your Google photos show you old photos, and my mom sent me one. Popped up on her phone. It was crazy. Like a week ago, she sent it to me. But shout out to Robert Garcia. I'm not knocking Robert Garcia. I don't think there was anything wrong with Bam's gloves, but he had to rewrap for a reason. They ain't ask Antonio Vargas' trainer to rewrap. Just saying. They ain't asked Sugar Shane Mosley to rewrap. And rest in peace, Nazim Richardson. Some girl on here called me. She said I was tacky because, and the post was tacky and disingenuous because she wasn't aware. You know, that's how people like to ride the waves, though. You know what I'm saying? If it's that tacky, why you responding? I'm trying. I can't find it, man. I can't find it. It's too far down. It's somewhere in here, though. He said you're not lying. Yeah, I know. I can't find it, man. Oh, here you go right here. Here you go right here. What did it say right here? Robert Garcia box. He said, you're not lying. So I said, again, great trainer in my opinion. I'm just saying, I'm not saying you're guilty, but that's a controversy that involves you that I was referred to when it comes to wraps or gloves. I have more, but you get it. I may be many things, but a liar. Look, I may be many things, but a liar is not one of them. Please stop playing with me. So that he responds, Robert Garcia says, look, he says, you're not lying. You just don't know. Yeah, all right. I'm not lying, though. That's all that matters. I don't care. Anything else you say, it's up to you, bro. I'm not trying. I wasn't attacking him. I'm just saying for the people that, hey, you know, there's certain controversies that surround certain fighters. You know, David Benavidez, he has a weight issue controversy. Is he a weight bully? Is he not? Whether you think he is or not, that's beyond the point that he always has a weight issue. You know what I'm saying? When people say that he comes in overweight, like Boo Boo Andrade or Canelo not wanting to fight him because he's saying he comes in 30 pounds overweight. You know what I'm saying? So this is just what happens. Or even Caleb Plant mentioning it. Well, Caleb Plant doesn't make excuses, but, you know, he ain't really mentioned it. But, you know, he did say, you know, I was a big guy when I was in there. People, there's a reason. There's a reason, bro. Stop playing with me, man. There's no such thing. Come on now, Dane. Thank you, sir. There's no such thing as half truth. Either if you tell the half truth, you 100% lying. That's it, bro. Yeah, I'm not a liar, bro. This is Double Stack, aka. Come on now, thank you, Ty. Why you think he defends it so hard? Because he was part of it. That's why he defends Margarito so hard. No disrespect. I'm not saying that. Like, once again, whether you believe Margarito did it or not against Cotto, that's up to you. It's not debatable whether he did it against Sugar Shane Mosley. He was caught. But whether you think that it was influential on the fight or consequential on the fight, that's up to you. But what's not debatable is that something was there. And what's not debatable is that Robert Garcia always defends it. He always defends it. He defends Naoya Inoue with the raps too. With the double stacking stuff. Like, I'm not, whether you, hey, it's up to you. I don't care, but it doesn't change the fact that that is a controversy that surrounds you, bro. He seen the muscle of his one arm pull up and said, let me go ahead and chill. No, I don't want no smoke. I really do like Robert Garcia. That's all jokes aside. Me and Ty have been many arguments. Me and him got many arguments about how good Robert Garcia is as a trainer. Ty thinks he's a good trainer, but he doesn't think he's as good as I think. He thinks I give him too much credit. I think Robert Garcia is a dope trainer. That doesn't, like, Canelo's still my favorite fighter, but I would never tell you, oh, Canelo never got caught with clenbuterol eating them cows. Yeah, of course he did, but the reason why I respect Canelo and Alicia Bumgarner, I'm not a big Alicia Bumgarner fan, but you would never hear me say, oh, she cheated intentionally, because they took their story, they stood on business, and they took it to the judicial system, and it was proved in the court, whether you believe it's conspiracy or not, once again, it's your business, but it was proved in the court. The courts decided that it was unintentional. That's why that's why they didn't get changed. That's why the result of their fight, Alicia Bumgarner against Christina Lenarditau and Canelo against Triple G, that fight didn't get overturned. You know whose results got overturned? Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Because Ryan Garcia, unlike Canelo and Alicia Bumgarner, he never proved that it was unintentional. He never took it to court. And unlike Canelo and Alicia Bumgarner, Ryan Garcia had it in his system during the night of the fight. Alicia Bumgarner got caught the night, if I'm not mistaken, the night before and the night after it was in her system. But the test during the night of the fight was not contaminated. And with Canelo, he tested at high levels before the fight during training camp. That's why the Triple G fight was pushed back to September. Originally, the rematch was supposed to happen in May, and it got pushed back to September because during the training camp build up to the fight, he tested positive. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, I pay attention, bro. Like, I'm sorry, I do. Sometimes it's a gift of the curse. Sometimes I pay attention to stuff I shouldn't pay attention to. Like, come on now. PG contracted, AB contracted the PDs, yeah. Getting it in, you know what I'm talking about? He got a Pepsi controversy too. Come on now. Come on now. And work with Memo. Come on now, Tufo. You know, bro, we know. But a lot of people don't know. So because they like somebody, then, you know, if you like somebody, then they could do no wrong. They could walk on water, you know. But if you don't like somebody, they could do no right. You feel me? So, and I think that's corny, you know. I could like you and still say that you're wrong. Like I like Tank, but you never hear me say, "Oh, I don't think he should have he has to rematch Lamont Roach." And I never say, "Oh, Lamont Roach fought good against Tank because Tank wasn't focused." No, I never, even Rico Verhoeven. You know, I think Alexander Usyk beats Rico better in the rematch, just like I think Tank beats Lamont Roach in the rematch. But you'll never hear me say things like, "Oh, they weren't taking their opponent seriously." That's disrespectful to the opponent. Lamont Roach is out there putting in the work. So, and so is Rico. So you got to respect their hustle. The reason why their opponents don't look good is because they made it hard for him. You know what I'm saying? You got Antonio Vargas. The reason why Bam Rodriguez didn't look as dominant as we're used to is not because Bam wasn't focused. It's because Antonio Vargas is better than what people thought. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be fair, man. You got to be fair. I don't know what that had to do with what we were talking about Robert Garcia, but in my head it made sense. It probably didn't make sense, but in my head it made sense. Thank you, Tay. Tay, I made a video about that with Artur. You know how much I like Artur Beterbiev, but another controversy surrounds him. Remember, I made a video. People got mad at me. I made a video when he was about to fight Callum Smith, and he had an adverse analytical finding. Wait, I don't remember now. Did he have an AAF or an ATF? I don't remember. But either way, his levels were high of testosterone, right? And I made a video about it. I said that I don't, you know, I defended, but see, people don't listen. They just see a video and they see the complexion of a person making the video and they assume that they know what I'm going to say. In that video where I reported about his, I believe it was an ATF. I don't remember if it was an ATF or AAF because there's a slight difference. One means that it's inconclusive, but the levels weren't normal. The other one means that they know what substance it is and they need to do another testing. But yeah, that fight was almost called off with Callum Smith because he tested a high level of testosterone, and I made a report on it when I heard about it. But I said in that video that I don't think that Beterbiev was doing anything wrong, because when you live through life, sometimes your levels are high. That's why it's called an adverse finding, because just because it's adverse or abnormal doesn't mean that it's indicative of you doing something illegally. Sometimes your levels shoot up because you ate something or because you did something or because, you know what I'm saying? And it happens naturally. Your levels aren't going to stay the same, but your levels shouldn't never exceed a certain threshold to where it's going to imply that you were using external factors to give you high levels. And so obviously Beterbiev was never charged with anything because it was found out that he didn't do anything. It wasn't that, it was abnormally high, but it wasn't high to the point where it exceeded the amounts to where people think that it's gonna imply that you injected something, right? So because of that, the fight still went on. And I said that in the video, but some people just saw my face and they saw what I was talking about, so they thought that I was blaming him. But anyway, that's not the first time Beterbiev has been accused of that, right? People say that, oh, Beterbiev be having fake injuries just so he could cycle on his PEDs. That's a controversy that's with Beterbiev. That doesn't mean that it's true. I don't believe it, but that is a controversy that surrounds him, bro. I bring it, if it's brought up, that doesn't mean that it's kind of like racism, right? It's not the same as racism, but it's like when somebody makes a racist comment and then you say, hey man, that was racist. Then all of a sudden you're racist for pointing out the racism. They make it seem like you racist because you pointed out racism. Not because you said something racist, but if someone says something racist and the person that whistleblows and says, hey man, that's racist, then they make it seem like you racist. Just like with this, if you point out a controversy, they make it seem like you're the person that did the controversy. Like, I ain't wrap no gloves. That's not my fighter. Like, why are you mad at me? I'm just telling you what's going on. It's just crazy, bro. She got that from Des Bryant. Des Bryant and them guts. That's what they say, huh? I don't want to spread no rumors, that's their business, but I heard the same thing. I probably heard it from you, Ty. What you talking about? Oh, you didn't know? I asked you to give him a pizza. That's crazy. Like, you hopped up on the juicy slices? That's crazy. Nah, bro. And Katayev, another one. Shout out to Tay. Yes, with the IBA, the International Boxing Association. Imam Katayev tested positive and he got banned from a certain fight. That's why there's so much controversy with him fighting David Morrell, because he was banned in another boxing organization for having PEDs. That's the controversy that surrounds him, bro. That's not my fault. I ain't wrap no gloves. I ain't wrap no gloves. I ain't wrap no hands. I ain't wrap no hands. That's what I meant to say. I ain't wrap no hands. I ain't put on no gloves. That ain't got nothing to do with me, baby. I'm just telling you what's going on, man. You be mad at me all you want to. I can take it. You can't whoop my ass at the end of the day. That's why I'll be worried about. That's why I be talking so free, because, I'm not saying I can't get beat up. I'm saying that you won't beat me up. You know what I'm saying? He won't beat me up. They ain't gonna whoop me. You don't know who's gonna whoop you till they whoop you. That's what they say, though, ain't it? I saw that. Don't try to delete it. Don't try to delete it, Treese. Shout out to my boy Treese. Toledo Treese said that ain't help Super Matias. Nah, man. Another one I reported on Super Matias. Bro, go look at the videos, bro. Look how much hate I got for just reporting that Super Matias popped dirty, bro. Like, they get mad at me. Like, bro, I'm not the one that's at VADA running the test. I have no authority, bro. I don't administer no tests. I just read a lot of boxing information. That's it. That's it. If I make a report about whatever, that's all good. I make a report about Super Matias testing positive. People get mad at me like I'm the one that took the drugs, or I sold him the drugs, or I put it in the system. Robert versus Doc won't make it happen. Nah. And that's why I told him. And we went back and forth a little bit, but in the midst of that, I was like, and shout out to Robert Garcia, because he didn't have to respond. Shout out to him. Who am I? I mean, I'm somebody. I'm talking about. Everybody's somebody. We all special. But I'm saying, on the grand scheme of things, not like I have some big platform or something like that. But so shout out to him for responding. I like Robert Garcia, like I said. And I told him, I said, bro, my point was not to incriminate you. My point wasn't to point out all your cases or make it seem like you're guilty. My point was to educate the people, because you're trying to make it seem like, oh, you don't know why you're being questioned about raps. Like, bitch, I know why. Like, oh, you don't know? Okay, I know why you're being, I know why it's a little suspicious. It's, bro, average. It's like this. If you're going to fight an Eddie Reynoso fighter, you better be very, very curious and very, very cautious and very, very suspicious of the PED tests and the protocols to ensure that the fight goes forward without any type of PEDs, being attached to it. That's just common sense. That doesn't mean that Eddie Reynoso is cheating every time, but you'll be a fool to just be oblivious and ignore history. If I'm going to fight, I don't know, like if I'm going to fight an Eddie Reynoso fighter, I'm gonna make sure that we on VADA testing. You feel me? If I'm going to fight Keyshawn Davis, I'm gonna make sure that the protocols when it comes to making weight are adhered to. The 2-week check, the monthly check. So if I'm fighting Keyshawn Davis because he has a reputation of missing weight, I'm gonna make sure that as best as I can that we're tracking the weight, right? Likewise, if I fight Robert Garcia, bitch, I'm gonna be watching them hands. It is what it is. That is what it is, bro. That don't mean that don't mean Keyshawn Davis gonna miss weight all the time. That don't mean that Eddie Reynoso fighter go pop dirty all the time. That don't mean that Robert Garcia's fighters' hand wraps are gonna be questionable all the time. But I'm gonna try to make sure there's no question. That's it. That's all I was saying. That's just common sense. So you get mad if you want to. That's your reputation, bro. That's why it's called a reputation. It stays with you, whether it's positive or negative. That's why you should make sure that you have a good reputation. That's why that's important. That's why I teach your kids to have good reputations. And the gloves too. Thank you, Ty. And everything that has to do with the hands. Everything has to do with the hands. Everything has to do with the hands. That's all I was saying. That's it. Everybody mad at everybody but the person who rapping. Thank you, Poppin'. Hey, thank you. Come on now, my boy Preacher right now. Hold on. My boy Ulster Preacher right now. Said everybody mad at everybody but the freaking person who rapping.
Yeah.
The freaking person who popping.
Yeah.
Etc. Now I'm gonna be mad at the messenger.
Yeah.
Come on now. They need to be mad at me like I'm the one. They be mad at me, man. That's all right. Be mad at me. You can't whoop my ass. I still want to see Frank Sanchez test for that last fight. Treese, I said the same thing during the live, bro. As soon as it happened, I said, man, hey, shout out to Frank Sanchez, but I want to see the test. Why? Because he trains with Eddie Reynoso. That doesn't mean that he's dirty, but I'm curious. That's it. What's wrong with that? We should applaud that type of behavior. We should advocate for that because I'm not saying that I want him to be guilty. I want him to be clean, but I want to know. You feel me? And I hope Richard Torres Jr. wants to know too. Thank you. Why do you feel that way, Treese? Why do you want to see the test? Why? Because who was in his corner? Reynoso. How dare Reynoso try to tell me that I ain't got no right to say that? Is you crazy? Of course I have every right to say it. Ryan Garcia wasn't even your fighter. Ryan Garcia wasn't even his fighter. And Ryan Garcia popped dirty. Why? And you're going to say, oh, that wasn't Ryan Garcia's fighter. I mean, you're going to say, oh, Ryan Garcia wasn't Eddie Reynoso's fighter. Oh, but what happened, Ty? What happened, Tay? What happened, Tufo? We could go back and see pictures where Ryan Garcia was where? During that camp? He was with and around Eddie Reynoso. So what I'm saying is that Margarito, even though Cepatillo was his trainer, if you go back and look at documentation, the videos, the pictures, he was around and with Robert Garcia. These are facts. I'm not saying that he was his head trainer. I'm not saying he was his nutritionist. I didn't even say in what capacity, but just know that they cross paths. That's all I said. That's it. That's all I said. That's all I said. That's all I said, brother. It's proof, bro. And what did he say? He said, hey, you not lying. So if I'm not lying, what am I telling? Okay. If I'm not lying, I'm telling the truth. Okay. Thank you. Man, keep it in the buck. I'm testing everybody, especially that's crazy. I mean, I test everybody, bro. I ain't mad at that. Average said, oh, wait, you actually had a back and forth with him? Yeah, I totally missed that. That's pretty dope, dog. I appreciate it, Average. First pro box now trainer of the year, moving up. I appreciate it. Shout out to you. Hey, man, I can't do it without y'all. Y'all support. Please follow your boy on Twitter, man. I need that support on Twitter because they be coming from my head top, boy. They be coming from my head top. I be alone on an island. I don't watch football anymore, but what was that, Revis Island? I be alone on the island out there, man. I be out there alone on the island, boy. They be trying to attack me from every angle. Male, female, black, white, brown. They be trying to attack me, man. Old, young. Follow your boy on Twitter, man. You feel me? They be trying to jump me out there. They be having me out there in the Twitter streets looking like Fight Back. Hey, all right, I messed up. Hold on. Yeah, they be having me looking like that.
Come on, let him get up, let him get up, let him get up. Fight back, fight back.
They be having me out there like fight back in the Twitter streets, man. Hey, I'm built for it. I'm built for it. Yeah. If you love my takes here, follow me on Twitter. You see what I'm saying? Because on there, I can not only be more free, I could also be less filtered. So check me out over there as well, man. Follow your boy on Twitter. And it's the same thing, Dr. Boxing Talk. Also said, remember, too much of a coincidence is not a coincidence. Now, please don't let that go over your head. You heard? Facts. Facts. That's it, bro. Like I said, I'm not accusing. Like I said, if I thought he was guilty, I'd like to think that he wouldn't be my favorite trainer. But just because I don't think he's guilty doesn't mean that it changed the story, bro. He said facts. If the facts are on your side, show it all. Exactly, Sizzle. He said, don't stop there. I'm testing everything within 1,000 miles of Russia, too. What? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Was it, remember Maria Sharapova? Did she have meldonium and she played tennis? Janabek and Maria Sharapova were all the same drug. One played tennis, one in boxing. Not saying that they Russian, because I think where's Janabek is from Kazakhstan, right? I think Sharapova is from Russia, but like you said, 1,000 miles within Russia. But that's the thing. But what I'm saying is I'm not accusing any ethnicity, any country, any complexion. I'm just saying test everybody. Just be careful. That's all. Be careful. Look at everybody's hair wraps. Look at Bo Mac's hair wraps. Look at Bowsley's hair wraps. Look at Freddie Roach's gloves. Look at Bob Santos. But the thing about the fighters that I just named, the trainers that I just named, they don't have they don't have a reason historically for me to look at them. But I'm saying you should look at them just to make sure. But some people who have a history of some missteps, you better be damn sure you look at them. That's all I'm saying. That's it. You don't have to pop dirty for somebody to make sure that you're not dirty. You don't have to have bad gloves or bad wraps for me to make sure that. Why wait till it's too late? Boxing is very unforgiving. Like, I mean, look at Devin Haney, right? People still make fun of him and he didn't even really lose. He fought a guy that was on PEDs and overweight and people still treat him like he lost. If you take away that blemish that's already taken away, right? But if you take away that visual that we have in our heads of what Ryan Garcia did to Devin Haney, I guarantee you Devin Haney would be top 5 pound for pound right now. There's no reason for him not to be. He just moved up to another weight class, 147, and beat the boogeyman, Brian Norman, and took his belt. And I picked Brian Norman. I give him credit for that, right? I picked Brian Norman to win. Brian Norman Jr., right? He's the youngest undisputed in the 4-belt era on the male side. He's undefeated. You put that resume on any other fighter, minus the Ryan Garcia fiasco, he's going to be top 5 pound for pound. There's no reason for Devin. That's just whether you like Devin Haney or not. I'm not the biggest Devin Haney fan. Y'all know that. But that's just the facts. It is what it is. It is what it is. Someone tell me I'm lying. Someone tell me I'm lying. Someone tell me I'm lying. I'll wait. In the words of Nate Diaz, everybody's on steroids. See, I ain't gonna lie. I don't like that. Like Alexander Povetkin, yep. But to be fair, you know, Roy Jones, Sugar Shane Mosley, they have their controversies too. We're not going to act like they don't, right? Roy Jones has his PD controversy. Sugar Shane Mosley got the cream and the clear, whatever that joke was called, right? Everybody has to just be careful. Antonio Tarver, right? Antonio Tarver popped dirty against Steve Cunningham, right? Was it Steve Cunningham? I think it was Steve Cunningham. Yeah, Antonio Tarver had a dirty test too. So I'm just saying, just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Yep. He said, but yeah, I don't like saying that because I don't think everybody's guilty. I still want to live in an America in a system where you're innocent until proven guilty, not guilty to proven innocent. But if you got a history and your reputation might justify you being guilty to proven innocent, so be it. You see what I'm saying? So like, but I don't want to say everybody's on steroids because I feel like that makes us lazy. It's like, oh, not only does it make us lazy to check, it also makes us be like, oh, it's inconsequential. Who cares? Everybody's on steroids, so it doesn't matter. No, Lance Armstrong being on steroids matters, bro. I don't care if other people are on steroids too. Then that means they get suspended too. You see what I'm saying? So no, I don't want everyone to say steroids don't matter. It's like steroids don't make PDs. They're not going to make you have an automatic win, but it makes you better than what you would have been, regardless of the result. When you have them in your system, it's going to make you better in some way, shape, or form. Doesn't mean that you're automatically gonna win. It's not an automatic win. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not given that you'll win, but it's automatic that you'll do better. It's like cheating on a test. Just because you cheat on a test doesn't mean that you're gonna fail. That doesn't mean that you're gonna pass it. You could cheat on a test and still fail with your dumb ass. Hold on. Hey, wait, here you go. Average. Hold on, here you go. You could cheat on the test and still fail.
You dumbass.
You see what I'm saying? You could cheat on the test and still fail. That doesn't mean that just because you cheat, you're gonna pass it. But if you cheat, you're gonna do better than what you did, regardless of the result, than you would have if you did not cheat. That's why you cheat now. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, what it is. I had a student just the other day, man. You know, he took a state test. I'm not lying. There's a God above. The man. I showed him his grade. Now we went over and, you know, I give him a little pep talk. You know what I do? 'Cause I care, man. That's why students love me and stuff. But he was like, man, doc, and he told me the truth. He said, doc, I cheated. And you know what he got? So it was graded by levels, right? So level 5 is the highest, level 0 is the lowest. So level 1 is the lowest. The man got a 1. He got a 1, and he said I cheated, and he laughed. I was like, bro, that's not funny, bro. Like, that's not funny, bro. Like you cheated and you failed. Like, come on, bro. You can't fail and cheat. Like, you gotta, like, come on, bro. Like, that's not good. But anyway, the point is that you could cheat and still fail. Same thing with sports. You could cheat just because, like, people think, oh, PEDs don't matter because if it did, we just watched the enhanced games and look at all those people that didn't break any records. No, because they ass. Just because you ass and you take and you cheat don't make you gonna be LeBron James or Usain Bolt because you cheated. No, but it's gonna make you better than what your common ass would have been if you didn't cheat. Can you imagine LeBron on steroids? That's where it's a problem. Because if Tom Brady takes steroids, it's gonna be crazy. If LeBron takes steroids, it's gonna be crazy. If Serena Williams takes steroids, it's gonna be crazy. See what I'm saying? So Lance Armstrong, he's crazy, right? Every biker can't be Lance Armstrong because they're on steroids, but Lance Armstrong, who's already great, if he's on steroids, he's gonna be gosh dang Superman. He's gonna be Homelander. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, come on, man. You gotta be smart, man. But you know, we be talking to a lot of dummies out there, bro. We be talking to a lot of sheep, man. We're a bunch of lions and wolves surrounded by a bunch of sheep and warthogs. Bunch of gosh dang dummies, bro. You got to think for them, you know? Shit, crazy. Yeah, Sharapova Patu, thank y'all. But you know what I'm talking about. I know somebody know what I'm talking about. I know people out there gonna get what I'm putting down. Yeah, I forgot about Sharapova. Yeah, Sizzle. Yeah. Now imagine if Serena and Venus were on a Sharapova pack. Okay. Yeah, you see what the problem is? It's not too big of a problem. No disrespect to Maria Sharapova. She's good, but she wasn't no gosh dang Venus or Serena. She wasn't no Kim Clijsters. If Kim Clijsters or sure, you know what I'm talking about? Billie Jean on the gosh dang steroids, it's gonna be a problem. Had her mustache going in. Yeah, that mustachio is crazy. What about that Russian heavyweight that tested positive years ago? Bro, Alexander Povetkin, yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of. He said, not the Magic Man. Come on, man. Come on now, booger. You know what time it is. They be out there wilding, man. They be out there wilding. My bad if I missed some messages, man. I don't have to imagine Braun. That's crazy. Hey, don't do LB. I'm MJ all day, man. I rock with Michael Jordan. Don't do LeBron like that, man. Don't do it like that, man. Don't do it like that. And like I said, I'm an innocent. I'm a type of brother that I say people are innocent until proven guilty. But once you're proven guilty, then I'm gonna look at you a little sideways, you know. Was the heavyweight that won gold in 2024 Olympics and he tested positive for methasterone. See, stuff I can't even pronounce. That's crazy. People think because you have resources, you win. No, dummy, if you educated on resources, that's when it works. Exactly. White Chief, you have no clue on the subject. But exactly. Yo, shout out for the Kim Clijsters. I do my due diligence, you know. You know what I'm saying? I get it in, you know. You know, I be rocking with Wandel Potro and all them, you know what I'm talking about? Kobe the GOAT. Hey, rest in peace, Kobe, man. Shout out to you all, booger. So I do it for the few, you know what I'm talking about? Doc, you were good, man. I appreciate it, Oster. I appreciate it, bro. I try to be, man. It's hard, though. I ain't always good, but I try to be. MJ era had that. They had Coke, not PD. Hey, Coke's a PD, too. Hey, it was on that Coke. It was on that booger sugar tie in the locker room. That's crazy, man. People trying to win a basketball game. You snorting lines in the back. What we doing? Anyway, but yeah, I want to talk about this Terrence Crawford stuff too, man. I'm about to ruffle some feathers, man. I know some people gonna be mad at me. It's okay, I could take it. But I want to pull up this picture, man. And I'm gonna throw a disclaimer right now. I'm a God-fearing, American-born, Democrat voting citizen, right? I don't rock with Donald Trump at all. However, I think most of the people that rock with Donald Trump are bad by nature, because I think he's a racist piece of crap. But, and other things too, he's a bigoted, racist, stealing piece of crap, criminal piece of crap, right? Abusive piece of crap. But I don't think that it's enough for you to take a picture or like him and for me to say that you're a bad person. I don't think that's enough for me. You know what I'm saying? I think that the road would lead to that, but I don't think that is enough on its own. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say, obviously, somebody that's been paying attention, we're going to talk about Crawford, right? We're going to talk about Crawford. And yeah, we about to just talk about Crawford. Crawford stay dapping up the enemy. Shout out to Julian. What's up, Julian, my guy? I do. I think that looks shady. Right? I think it looks whack. I think that as a person, as an adult, you got to be more aware. If that is not the side that you're aligning to, then you have to be aware of what it'll look like and the judgment that people will place on you. But at the same time, too, bro, like, we talking about a picture, man. He ain't come out and say, oh yeah, vote for Trump. He ain't say that he loves Trump. He took a picture, bro. It's a picture, bro. Granted, now y'all know me, right? And those y'all could attest to this, right? Y'all could attest to this. I don't know what the Jasmine brand is. Y'all could attest to this. And it is for you, Tay. Hey, I respect, Tay. Respect to you. Some people have, I'm just saying for me, I want to be very clear. I'm glad you said that. I'm not saying that if you don't like him for it, that you're wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying for me, it's not enough for me to be anti-Terrence Crawford because I'm anti-Trump and they took a picture together. Trump is, I'm not defending the picture. I'm just telling you the facts, right? Trump is a boxing fan, all right? This is a UFC event, I believe it was at. And I don't watch UFC because of Dana White, and I think that he's a racist piece of crap. And so I don't really care for it, you know? So I don't even watch the NFL. Like I be standing on business, bro. Like, you guys, my partners, when they did that to Colin Kaepernick for just voice his opinion, I don't watch the NFL. But I'm not gonna say, oh, because my homeboys watch the NFL that they're not black enough, or they're not down for the cause. Like, I feel like that's like, bro, like, you got to do what's good for you, and then let people live sometimes. Man, I'm not saying you can't correct people and show them the way, but this man took a picture. On the caption, it said, oh, the president is a fan of me. A boy from Omaha or something like that, right? And then, so when this picture comes out, right? This picture came out, and he just like Kendrick Lamar fake. Well, he probably is. Actually, I'm not defending. I'm just going straight off this picture, right? Because I don't know Terrence. I got an autograph by Terrence Crawford. I met him, but I don't know him like that to know his political views. I don't even care, to be honest. But what I'm saying is that somebody on Twitter and some other places, they posted that picture of him and Trump, and then with his arm around Trump, and they posted another picture of him holding hands with Turkey al-Sheikh. And this is where my issue comes from, Ty. Who did we hear about holding hands with Turkey? Similar to the snack stuff. When it comes to snack, we only hear about Devin Haney and Terrence Crawford. We don't hear about Mario Barrios on snack. We don't hear about Caleb Plant on snack. Bam Rodriguez on snack. Clarissa Shields on snack. Sean Porter on snack. Ivan Redcash on snack. Josecito Lopez on snack. We don't hear about that, but we hear about Devin Haney and Terrence Crawford on snack, right? Same with Turkey al-Sheikh. Turkey al-Sheikh be fondling the thigh meat of Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Eddie Hearn. We don't hear about that. He held hands with Dana White. We don't hear about that. He'd have rubbed down Oscar De La Hoya. We don't hear about that. But he held hands with Terrence Crawford, and that's the one where he's the sellout. You see what I'm saying? Like, we don't apply the pressure evenly. So that's what I don't like. Like, you think that he's the only, bro, we seen President Obama shake hands with President Trump. You're gonna say, oh, yeah, because they're both politicians. I get it, yeah. But all the mean, nasty stuff that they said about him, sometimes there's a time and place for everything. Now, you know me, I wouldn't do it. Shout out to CM Punk. CM Punk said, I wouldn't go to the White House because it's a racist in the White House. Shout out to CM Punk. Everybody don't stand on business like that. Everybody don't have the same morals, the same values. That doesn't make you a bad person, is what I'm saying. So Terrence Crawford, I don't know what he believes in, but I don't think a picture with the president is making him a bad person. Okay, like for example, remember I went to that event in Orlando, right? And I told y'all, I saw Amanda Serrano, and I had my camera out. She thought I wanted a picture, and I didn't. because I don't really care for Amanda Serrano because some of the slick stuff that she be saying. But that's just the type of person I am. Some people will say, and some people have told me, they said, Doc, you taking it too personal. And I probably am, but that's just how I am. You know what I'm saying? Call me sensitive, whatever you want to call it. So I wouldn't do what he did. I don't want no picture with Trump, but that's me. I rarely make a video about Ryan Garcia. Ever since that stuff, you could probably, I don't even know. If it's not about boxing, the only time I make a video about Ryan Garcia is if it's like had something to do with a big fight coming up or something. And I rarely cover that because I feel like what he did with his racism and how he attacked Muslims and blacks, I don't rock with that. But then some people will say, oh, Doc, you being too sensitive because you're covering the sport. So, but that's just how I operate. But I don't think that's fair for me to say, oh, well, you know, you watch the NFL despite the Colin Kaepernick stuff. Oh, you ain't standing on business. You a sellout. You a coon. Oh, you took a picture with Trump. You like, he's a president, bro. It's not like he just took a ain't like he just took a picture with a random racist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, so I don't know. Like I said, it might sound like I'm defending it. I'm not defending it. I'm just saying, because I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't do it. But there's a lot of stuff I wouldn't do that other people do, and I don't think that necessarily makes you bad or like. We got to stop, in my opinion, we got to stop making it seem like your blackness depends on what you do. Bitch, I'm born black, bro. I'm black. It don't matter what I do. That's not going to, whether I like the skateboarding, I'm still black. Whether I like the rock music, whether I like flute music, whether I like Trump or I don't like Trump, whether I like Biden or whether I like Kamala Harris or whether I'm still black, bro. I be like, now if you want to say that, oh, he ain't the type of person I think he is, that's different. But like, you know, the man took a picture, bro. He a sellout, bro. Like, come on. The man could have brought lunches for the entire city of Omaha, bro. But because he took a picture, like, come on, dog. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. He could have paid for 3 kids in the projects to go to college. But he a sellout because he took it. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? Random racists. This is the head one. No, I'm joking. That came out wrong. But I'm saying he the president, bro. And I just feel I'm not saying he should. I know it sounds like I'm saying he should. Or I'm saying it's okay. What I'm saying is that I think it's out of bounds for me, personally, to be like, oh, Terrence Crawford is a coon or whatever they be saying. You know, you can't please everybody, bro. But I will say this: I think it's whack. I do not like the picture. I don't like it at all. When I saw it, my first emotion was like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence could never. That's why Errol Spence is my favorite. You see what I'm saying? I don't think Errol Spence would, but you never know. Errol Spence, he be fraternizing with Jerry Jones. What side of the fence you think Jerry Jones on? A lot of y'all rocking cowboy stars right now on your chest. You know what I'm talking about? So where do we draw the line? A lot of the same people that's knocking Terrence Crawford for taking a picture with Donald Trump, they be the first ones out there repping Dallas Cowboys. What you think Jerry Jones stands on? Who you think Jerry Jones voted for? I'll wait. Oh, okay. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're too selective, bro. We're too selective, man. We're too selective. Errol Spence be fighting in the Dallas Cowboy Stadium. What's the difference? You don't think he has pictures with Jerry Jones? I'll wait. Bro, I be thinking about stuff, bro. I don't just say stuff randomly, man. The man was at a UFC event at the White House and took a picture with he took a picture with King White. Like, bro, he's at the White House, bro. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. What are we talking about, man? Jerry and Donald, I said, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it, Ty. One name Jerry and one name Donald. That's the only difference. Yeah, however, we still have to stay on court. I agree with that. I agree. I agree, Oster. I agree with that. That's a fact. I understand it's a thin line. However, he's a superstar now, and they come with a lot of beat. That's true. No, I agree with that. I agree with that. Like I said, he should be more aware. But I don't know for me if it's enough for me to be like, oh yeah, I'ma just throw him in the trash.
Know your fucking place, trash.
Do I think it's whack? Yeah. Do I think he was literally at a, you feel me? Literally at a lynching. Literally. He said, facts, it don't insinuate anything, and I doubt Terrence Crawford give a fuck about politics. You feel me? But I want to emphasize, I want to re-emphasize, I'm not saying don't be mad at him, because part of life is correction, right? So hopefully, if he's not on that type of time, he'll learn. But we all judge, but I try to be careful with the judgment that I place, because, like, for example, if I know this is a reach, but if I take a picture if I see Terrence Crawford, like I told you, I met Terrence Crawford, I got a picture with him and an autograph. You see it on my outros and stuff all the time. If you look closely, you see Terrence Crawford there signing an autograph, right? If I go dap up Terrence Crawford now, am I affiliated with Donald Trump? No, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Like, look how much pressure, and once again, I don't like Ryan Garcia, but look how much pressure the Donald Trump administration put on brown folks, right? Our brown and black brethren and white brethren too. You know, Donald Trump administration put a lot of pressure on everybody, but some a little more. He put more on black and brown folks, especially brown folks with the ICE and deportation stuff. Ryan Garcia is brown. He's a brown American, right? Wasn't he over there, gosh dang, shucking and jiving for Donald Trump? Looking like a little puppet out there. Where was all the pressure on him? No one said nothing. You see what I'm saying? I know it's different because we talk about two different codes here, but the point that I'm making is that just be consistent, man. If you're gonna talk about it, talk about it. Talk about everybody who Turkey done rubbed down. You know what I'm saying? Don't just talk about Terrence Crawford getting his hand held. Talk about Oscar getting his hand held too. Talk about Tyson Fury getting his hand held too. Talk about AJ getting his thigh meat rubbed down. Eddie Hearn getting his thigh meat. Dana White getting his thigh meat touched on and fondled. Talk about everybody. Don't just talk about one. Same thing with a snack. Don't just talk about Devin Haney and Terrence Crawford on snack. Talk about, if you're really suspicious of snack, then talk about Bam Rodriguez on snack. Talk about Clarissa Shields on snack. Talk about Caleb Plant. Talk about Sean Porter. Talk about Mario Barrios. Talk about everybody. But we be picking and choosing. We're very selective with who we put the pressure on when it comes to outrage. It's crazy. I could go on too. It's like even with Clarissa Shields. Clarissa Shields is a freaking 5-division champion, bro. You put that resume on Amanda Serrano or Katie Taylor, bro. That's hand down the best fighter in the history of fighting. You know, but because it's Clarissa Shields, you know, it's always come with some blowback. Like Clarissa Shields is rumored to be fighting Kay Scott. Kay Scott is a champion. People saying that, oh, she's fighting a bum. Kay Scott is a champion. Let me say it again. Kay Scott is a champion. Who the heck did Amanda Serrano just fight? Cheyenne, what's her name? Cheyenne something Cheyenne. She has losses and she was not a champion, but people applauded that victory. No one knew Cheyenne, but people are complaining because Clarissa Shields is rumored to fight another fighter that they never heard of, but that fighter is a middleweight champion, Kay Scott. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, that's the part that bothers me. That's the part that bothers me. He said, I bet I catch you shaking Malik Scott. It's crazy. He gonna send me to hell.
She thought I was gonna send her somewhere nice? You're not going to the beach, bitch, you're going to hell.
Hey, you shake Malik Scott, say you going to hell, boy. Hey, well, that's a freaky brother right now. Hey, I want to touch his head with a 10-foot pole. I would, nah, bro. That's a freaky brother right there. 1 out of 3 times I voted for Trump and would never regret it. And will forever regret it. Hey, dude, bro, that's the thing. Bro, I know it's like, was it Muhammad Ali? Was it Ali? Yeah, it was Muhammad Ali who said, he lived in a time where it's still racist, but was more so racism was worse back with Ali, right? And he said that, if there's, I can't tell. Yeah, he said that, yeah, there's good people of every complexion, right? He says good white people too. But if a lot of the people that are oppressing certain people look a certain way, I'm not going to try to shift and filter through the people to see which one is the good one. So what I'm saying is that Dane, I rock with you heavy and you rock with me heavy. I appreciate it. I would say you're a good person. I wouldn't change my mind because what you said you did one time. We may not agree. Everybody's not going to see everything the same way, but the way that you get along and the way that you move forward is having dialogue. You see what I'm saying? And trying to figure and not hating each other because we don't see eye to eye. Don't get me wrong. There's some things why we should not like each other if we don't get, I'm not saying that some things aren't deal breakers, but sometimes we'd be like, oh, this person doesn't see it this way. I don't see it this way. Boom. I don't rock with you. You evil. You whack. I think that's not good. I don't think that's good. We should be able to talk things out and still be able to agree to disagree. But once again, I think that looked bad. I would not. I'm like CM Punk. Shout out to CM Punk. I would not have even attended the ceremony. But everybody's not the same, bro. Everybody's not the same, bro. The only issue with Snack truly is their founder, Richard Conte, rest in peace to him, was known to be being an expert at masking PEDs. That's a fact. He said, man, I'm judging F that. However, and like I said, I'm not judging people for judging. I'm just saying I'm not judging people for judging. Ryan Garcia think he a white. He think he a white. Yeah, Clout. A lot of our a lot of our Asian and Hispanic brethren think that. It's not just Ryan Garcia. And some of our black brothers feel that way too. Some black, brown, and non-white Americans think that they are white Americans. But anyway, now I'm judging the fuck out of that. However, I do have opinions too. Kids follow these people, and that be my issue. Yep. Now I don't give a fuck about none of that because they don't care about us. That's true. That's true. At this time in this world, Bud could have rethought that. I agree. Now I don't know who wanted this picture because of the main point. If I can't find out who wanted to pick, but wanted to pick, he wrong. No, I appreciate you, Dane. No, I agree with that. Bro, I think the picture, like I said, okay. See, and this is where I'm just a dark shit white man. Hey, do your thing. Hey. I will say this though about life too. You remember when Tiger Woods cheated on his wife, right? And so many people came out and said, "Oh, I'm so disappointed in Tiger Woods. He let the world down." What? You disappointed in Tiger Woods because he cheated on his wife? Yes, as a man, that is immoral. As a man, you shouldn't do that. As a husband, that's terrible. He's a bad role model. But when has Tiger Woods ever applied for the job to be the best husband in the world? When did he say he's the best father? When did anybody ever proclaim that he's the most righteous man to walk the earth? He is known and competes as a good golfer. Sometimes we need to check ourselves and realize that we are putting pressure on people because they're famous. Everybody that's famous is not a good role model. Some people that are rich and famous and celebrities, they're not even that way because they're good role models. Sometimes it's the opposite. Some people get rich and famous and get their celebrity for being buttholes. So what I'm saying is that you can do whatever you want, but you shouldn't apply all these expectations on people you don't know. You only know him as a golfer. You don't know him as a husband. You don't know him as a father. You don't know him as a barber, a pastor. You want these, a dentist. You want you think because these people are celebrities that they're perfect. That's where we mess up. So no, I don't know what side of the fence Terrence Crawford stands on. I never considered it. You know why? Because I only look at him as a boxer. Now I could be wrong too. I could be like, man, some people feel like you have a responsibility to be a positive role model. You could argue that you do. Everybody should be a positive role model. You shouldn't have to come with a camera in your face. So that's the way I look at it. I don't know. I don't expect nothing. Like, I don't know, but maybe I'm wrong for that too. I think I'm a good role model for those that know me, but that's because that's where my morals and my values align. Shout out to my mother, you know what I'm saying? And my father too, especially my mother, you know. But everybody, we celebrate we celebrate. We want people to be great role models, but at the same time, you know, we celebrate Sean Strickland and Sexy Red, you know, for some of the outlandish stuff that they say and do, you know. But then at the same time, we want people to be good role models, though. It's crazy. We want people to be virgins and bounce on the dick at the same time. we want to, you know, come on, man. You gotta come on now. You know, we want people to be barbaric and knock each other's heads off, but then at the same time walk around like Pope Francis. Yeah. Come on, bro. We be confused, bro. We be confused. Cut Creator says, with all that money I won on Crawford where he beat Spence, he could have kissed that. Nah, you wrong, bro. Nah, you. He said he could have kissed Trump. Nah, you wildin'. Nah, Cut Creator wildin', bro. He said, hey, he put money in my pocket. I'm good. You can do whatever. And some people feel like that. I'm not here to say Cut Creator's wrong. That's how he feel. He said he could have kissed Trump. And shout out to Tay said, that's why I tell people, believe what you heard about me. I ain't perfect. You feel me? Believe what you heard about me. Ain't none of us perfect, man. I'm not. I want to be very clear. I know it sounds like I am. I get it, but I'm not defending him. I'm just saying, you know, it's not enough for me to just be like, he trash. He might be trash as a person. I don't know. He said, what another man does isn't my business unless it's infringement on you or me. All right, exactly. On you, me, or anyone. Right. Just my humble opinion. In the end, we all answer to God, not hold me down the street. Talk to him, Dane. Talk to him, Dane. Talk to him. He said, listen, this world ailment is effed up. So everything goes. Everybody live by perception, not direction. So we will go by status, fame, and fortune. So it makes people date to judge someone else. Yeah, it does make somebody's date to judge someone else, you know? Yep. Mind you, Tiger Woods grew up in an environment where the only expectation for him was to be perfect golfer, not person. Come on now. I just use that as an example, you know, but or it's like with Michael Jordan, right? Back in the day when he had the gambling, people are, oh, he has a gambling issue. Is you on crack? Your auntie on crack right now. He's gambling. He's rich. He gambling. That's what you try to like. Sometimes we look for any imperfection to amplify and put a magnifying glass on it, man. The man gambling. People are talking trash about the man gambling, bro. That's going crazy, bro. Nah, F that cut. The type to get hyped because Trump gave him a little stimulus. I'm with you, Ty. Yeah, I said. The real in me, I agree with what Oster and Ty are saying. It's like, F that, because I wouldn't do it. But, like I said, with that NFL example, that kind of hits close because, you know, I felt like Colin Kaepernick was demonstrating his freedom of speech, right? And he even said that he consulted with Army veterans and military veterans, excuse me, not just the Army, but military veterans. And he said that they advised him, because remember, he started off sitting down and he said, oh, you know, I don't want to be disrespectful. So they said they encouraged him to knee, and he did that. People thought that was disrespectful too. And they misconstrued and purposefully changed what and manipulated his message. He wasn't being disrespectful to no flag or disrespecting veterans. In fact, it was the opposite. He was actually honoring them and doing what they suggested, and he was doing that because of social injustice on primarily minorities, primarily black folks. You see what I'm saying? And they tried to change his message, and I don't agree with that. And I feel like the NFL blackballed him because of that. So that's why I was like, nah, I'm not rocking with the NFL anymore. But my homeboys and family members who I played fantasy football with, I stopped playing fantasy football because obviously if you ever play fantasy football, it's very hard to do fantasy football without watching football. You know what I'm saying? So I stopped doing that too. That was my choice. But I'm not gonna say, oh man, my dogs, they not as black as me, or they not as real as me, or they not as, you know what I'm saying, they don't stand on business as much as I do because they still watch the NFL. Some people may feel like that, but I don't feel like that because there's might be some things that they do that I wouldn't give up. You know what I'm talking about? Like, hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. I heard about what the owner of Papa John said, but I love Papa John's pizza. I might get me a slice tonight. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, just some people, some things you do, some things you don't. Am I weak for that? Am I any less of a? Am I fake for that? Like, come on, dog. Nah, I'm gonna eat the shit out of gosh. Now I might not order Papa John, but if I see Papa John, let's say, you know, somebody have a pizza party or something, and I'm with the homies and they don't order some Papa John, I'm gonna eat the hell out of that Papa John. I'm gonna do it with a smile on my face. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna do it with a smile on my face. I'm gonna do it with a smile on my face, and my belly gonna feel good. Give me a Pepsi, I'm Gucci. What you talking about? Now it makes sense, but in the real estate, you trying to get in with Trump, baby. Just turn around and take it out of your tax return. Don't pay taxes. So what's up with this tax stuff? Cause oh yeah, I talked about Gervonta. He's supposed to be fighting Floyd Austin, man. Like I said, I'm a little skeptical about him coming back, but I love the fight though, man. I love the fight. I got the magnifying glass on. You feel me? Hey, get me that stuffed crust, boy, with that gosh that garlic sauce, my boy. Hey, you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Get me that shakaroni, whatever it's called. You know, the shack special. And the big old ronies on that thing, boy. Hey, you talking about? But you know, but my toilet paper black owned. You know what I'm talking about? Got the bamboo joint. I do my thing, man. I do my thing, man. Look at this right here, man. Got that Shambhala black owned soap. You feel me? I do my thing, man. But at the same time, you know, I ain't perfect, man. But God knows my heart. God knows my heart. That's what somebody always say when they do something wrong. Yeah, God knows my heart. My heart in a good place. Your actions should be in a good place. But anyway, but yeah, so Gervonta, he's supposed to be fighting in September, October cut. Supposed to be fighting against his mandatory for the WBA 135-pound belt against Floyd Schofield. I'm a little skeptical if it's gonna happen, but I'm hoping it happens, man. And I got tanked by 9th round KO, man. I think he's gonna stop the young man. But I also want to salute Kid Austin too, because that's a tough fight, man. And he's coming off of his last he ran through Tevin Farmer like shit through draws, man. Shout out to Tevin Farmer. I like Tevin Farmer with the Forrest Whitaker eye. I like him, but boy, I didn't think Kid Austin was gonna run through him like that. Gosh, dang, first round and went down in the first round, box side. But yeah, I just think that Kid Austin, he's a little too undisciplined in the fight, and I think Tank's gonna take him apart with surgical precision. You feel me? But I think it's a good fight though. I like it because Kid Austin is dangerous, man. I'm going with Tank. I say 75-25, maybe 70-30. But I like the fight. Hopefully after that we can get some unifications, man. Like I know, like a lot of times we want the big fights. You know, I want Shakur versus Devin versus Tank versus Shakur, Teofimo versus Keyshawn. I want the big fights too. But I tell people, man, we gotta also recognize too. Well, we don't have to, but I do recognize that there's a lot of good fights in between, man. I'm not really looking forward to Murataya versus Robson Kasesau because I don't really understand how Kasesau keeps getting these title shots so frequently. And he just fought Oshiki Foster, you know what I'm talking about, and he fought Shakur, he fight Murataya. But I think that's a pretty decent fight too. You know, it's going to give Murataya another look. You know, he just fought Andy Cruz. But if Murataya wins, I'd like to see Murataya versus Tank. That's a good fight. It's a unification. It'll be an IBF WBA unification, right? Or the winner of Tank and Kid Austin versus the winner of Murataya and Kasesau. And then, you know, eventually versus the winner of Abdullah Mason and Cordina, which I think is going to be Abdullah Mason, you know. And then who has a WBC strap at 135? It's vacant, right? Because Shakur vacated, and I think the interim is Javier Herrera. So I would like to see him mix it up. Like, there's a lot of good fights that don't involve the superstars. Like, even with David Benavidez, a lot of people want to see Zerto versus Jabbataya. I'm one of them. I thought that was one of the best one of the best fights in boxing. But it's just the cruiserweight division, not a glamorous division. But was I disappointed in Zerto versus David Benavidez? Heck no, that was a great fight. You know what I'm saying? While it lasted, I mean, David Benavidez, I thought it was going to be a better fight than that. David Benavidez smoked that boy. Gosh dang, put him on a skillet. But I think that there's a lot of good fights that may not be the fight that we anticipated the most, you know. Lamont and Zepeda, that's another great fight. You know, bro, I'm leaning towards Zepeda, bro. I might be crazy, but a lot of people make me feel like I'm crazy because I'm seeing a lot of breakdowns, and all the breakdowns I see, like from Tim Bradley and some of the other experts and stuff like that. Tim Bradley's an expert. Shout out to Tim Bradley. But there's some other guys that are on a huge platform like DAZN and Ring Magazine that their analysis hasn't been reflecting too much of an expert, you know, it hasn't been reflecting too much expertise, you know what I'm talking about? But some of them, a lot of them have been picking Lamont Roach, and I think it's a great fight. So I feel like, man, maybe I'm tripping, but I think Lamont Roach can be Zepeda, but I think Zepeda can beat Lamont Roach too. I think it's 50-50, but I'm leaning towards Zepeda right now. Who you leaning towards? Whoever asked that. Who asked that? Tay, who you leaning towards? I personally can't see GTD again. Boxing the U.S. needs him to star power alone. Yeah, the U.S. needs him for star power alone. I agree, Dane. He might not box again. He may not. I think that'll suck, but you know, I mean, the man been talking about retiring. I think I would much rather see him retire than have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Because if you have 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you're not gonna beat other great fighters like Shakur or Devin Haney or Teofimo, and it's just not gonna happen. Like, a focused Tank, in my opinion, beats them all. But you got to respect these other fighters too. Like they're focused. Tank may not be focused. He said, yo, they got a ban on Chinese business. Now I ordered Thai food yesterday. Did I go against the code? That shit was good as fuck. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, Oster? Thank you. Look what Oster just said. He said they got a ban on Chinese business. Yes, because that Chow, ignorant, bigoted bitch, Rick Chow, whatever his name is. I don't even like knowing their names, but he definitely pulled some racist stuff and killed that 14-year-old black kid while he was trying to leave the store, right? And and then our community has a ban. All of us should have a ban just to touch them pockets, because how do we teach people? We touch them pockets. You see what I'm saying? So when people start, when you take that greenery out their scenery, they start to listen a little more, pay attention. So yeah, I personally have not shopped. Shout out to my Asian brother and sister. I love them, you know. And one of my best friends is Filipino, you know. What I'm saying is that still, in order to support the people that were affected, especially the family who lost a loved one, I'm gonna go out my way to not shop at certain businesses just to show solidarity. But Oster just had a good point. He said that there's a ban on Chinese businesses. I ordered Thai food. Obviously, Thai's from Thailand, right? So it's not Chinese, but did he go against the code? I don't know. I feel like that's up for you to determine. It's not up for me to determine. That's the point I'm making with Terrence Crawford. I don't know his values and his morals. It's up for him to determine. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't shake Trump's hand. I wouldn't take a picture with him, but I'm not him. So it's up to you. It's up to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's my point. That's not my jurisdiction. I don't have the authority to judge you on that. So I can tell you what I think. I wouldn't do it. So I don't think, but at the same time, all of my black brethren and sisters, they ain't good. All of them ain't bad. All of my white brethren and sisters, they ain't good. They ain't bad. All of my brown brethren and sisters, they ain't good. They ain't bad. But that was a bad instance. So in order to show solidarity, I'm going to do my thing and I'm going to stay away. But no, I don't, to answer your question, no, I don't think that you against code. But I think that some people will say that. And I think that likewise, that's their right to say that. That's their right. You feel me? But if you're in Baturbia for B-Ball, the most exciting fight for me right now outside of Inoue and Bam. I agree with that, Julian, sorry. Is it Julian or Julian? How you pronounce it? Zepeda and Roach are fighting for the WBC. Yeah, but they fight at 140, not 135. Cut. Is it at 135 or at 140? You're right. It is at 135. You're right. You're right. No, Cut is right. You're right. It is at 135. Yep. I forgot about that. That's true. That's true because Lamont Roach just fought at 140 against Pitbull. He moved back down. You're right. Yep. Shout out to you. I forgot about that. It is for the WBC, which doesn't make any sense. How do you have Javier Herrera, the interim WBC champion, and he's not fighting for the WBC belt? You see what I'm saying? They just pick and choose when to apply rules. It's crazy. Man, disciplined Tank would smoke these dudes. I agree. But when he's not disciplined, it's like, you feel me? But know what he doing. Remember the Omaha situation with the cops. Come on now, Tay. That's a good point. I like Tank, but quite frankly, GTD is lucky Roach is not the WBA champion right now, even though I thought the draw was fair. I thought the draw was fair too, but yeah, I agree with you. I think he needs to get that back. I think Ty got the eyes. Gary Anton Russell and Pitbull at 140. I confused it too. Yeah. Gary Anton Russell and Pitbull at 140 for his WBA belt. Remember Gary Anton Russell, a WBA champion at 140. That's a fact. That's another good, bro. In my personal opinion, I think 140 is the second hottest division. To me, the hottest division is 154. With Xander Zayas with the WBA, WBO belt. IBF belt is who at 154? Josh Kelly, who just beat Bakram Murtazaliev, who's the WBA belt holder at 154. Oh, Xander Zayas like WBA, WBO, IBF. Who has the WBC at 154? Sebastian Fedora, right? And then you got guys. Virgil Ortiz in hiding, he's scared of boots, so he went and just hid from the entire sport of boxing. You got Drawn Boots in this, at 154. There's a lot of good fighters. You still got Bakram Murtazaliev, still a major player in my opinion. I still like him. I think he can bounce back. You still got Israel Madrimov. I like him. He can bounce back. Serhii Boachuk just lost to who? Sugar Shea Mosley. Gosh, dang, Mosley, stop that boy, ain't it? Shea Mosley Jr. But that was at 160 though. But who's at 154? Jesus Ramos, he be fluctuating. I think he committed to 160 now, but he be going to 154, 160. Hey, that's another good fighter at 154. If you want to count him, I don't know. But 154 is hot, but 140? 140, that's a sexy division too, man. You got Gary Anton Russell for the WBA, and he's gonna be fighting Eastside Pitbull Cruz. You got who's at 140? You got Dalton Smith for the WBC. You got Shakur. What he's gonna do is still pending. If he signs with Zuffa, obviously Zuffa doesn't have a 140, so he's gonna have to choose the 135 or 147, which I foresee him going to 135, returning to 135. But for right now, he's still the WBC belt holder at 140. Sorry, WBO belt holder at 140. WBC is Dalton Smith. Gary Anton Russell's WBA. Who's the IBF at 140? Nobody. It's vacant, right? Because Richardson Hitchens was the IBF at 140, but he signed to Zuffa, so he's going up to 147. So the IBF at 140 is vacant, but you still got, Lindolfo Delgado's in line to fight for the IBF at 140. Some good players at 140. So Ernesto Mercado, who I think he does more talking than fighting, but he's a little contender that's there. So yeah, 140 hot, man. Are you accepting calls to show? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Please call in. I'm going to go get me some food shortly, though. After the call-ins. Please, heck yeah. Please call in. But yeah, I got Tank though. I got Tank. Focus Tank over everybody, in my opinion. But the biggest question is he focused? Don't forget to smack that like button for your boy. Yes, sir. If you have Discord, use the Discord link to call in. And if you need help, man, myself, I can help you myself, or sometimes Ty can help too. Shout out to my brother Ty. But if not, then we could take the calls on the next show too, Dane. But yeah, I'm accepting calls. Absolutely. Please don't forget to follow your boy on Twitter. If you got a Twitter, man, follow your boy on Twitter, man. If you love my takes here, follow me on Twitter. You see what I'm saying? Because on there, I can not only be more free, I could also be less filtered. So check me out over there as well, man. Follow your boy on Twitter. And it's the same thing, Dr. Boxing Talk. Also, too, what y'all think about Shakur versus Shock Foster, man? You think you should fight Oshaki? I don't know, man. I wouldn't mind that fight, but I prefer Oshaki versus Oshanique. I prefer him to fight Manuel Navarrete, man. Or Navarrete has a WBO at 130, right? Shock has a WBC at 130. Who has an IBF at 130? Oh, Navarrete. Navarrete unified. Remember, Navarrete unified with Sugar Nunez. Took his IBF belt. So Navarrete has a WBO and IBF. Who has a WBA? Anthony Kakachi. He ain't gonna fight nobody. And then Oshiki has the WBC. So I would like to see unifications over the Shakur fight, but I'm down with the Shakur fight too, man. After what Shock just did to Raymond Ford, he tossed him out the ring and whooped his behind. That boy still, hey man, you get thrown out the ring and beat up, man. You got beat outside and inside the ring. That's tough. Yeah, man. So that's crazy. Hey man, Pitbull versus Gary Russell. That's a good fight too, man. I'm going with Gary. I got Gary, but man, hey, Pitbull. I like Pitbull. He's one of my favorite fighters to watch. He's always in an exciting fight. I see you in the back, Dane. I got you. I see you. Hey, that boy Pitbull, man. You might get, that boy a freaky dog.
And I can make you rain with my hurricane sunlight. La 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 la.
That boy Pitbull, man. Hey, he might get freaky on that gosh dang Gary Antoine Russell. I got Gary Antoine Russell winning though. I think as much as I like Pitbull, he's one dimensional, and I think Gary Antoine Russell has more facets to his game. But sometimes Gary Antoine Russell gets a little reckless too now. But they both have a commonality in opponents, right? Ryo beat Pitbull, right? Gary Antoine Russell smoked Ryo. Can't always do the triangle theory in boxing, but if that's any indicator, Gary Antoine Russell should smoke Pitbull. All right, we're going to pull up Dane and Oster. Yo.
What's good?
My guy, Dane, how you doing? Oster, how you doing?
What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
Man, appreciate y'all calling in, man. Good to hear y'all voice, man. What's good? Tell me something good.
Oh, just enjoying life, enjoying the show over here in beautiful Southern California. How are you?
Man, I'm doing great,
First time
man.
ever calling in.
This is your first time. We talk so much. I'm over here thinking that we talked already. We just talk on the comments, huh? Appreciate you calling in, man. First time.
No.
Yeah, shout out to
This is the
Dave,
first time
man.
you've ever heard my voice.
Facts, man. Appreciate you, bro. You out there in Southern Cali. Woo! So it's hot?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm in a cool area, but yeah, it's been blazing around here.
It never rains in Southern California, right? That's what they say.
I'm sorry, say that.
They said it never rains in Southern California, right?
Oh, that's a farce, my brother. That's a farce.
I know.
It definitely rains.
Man, that's crazy, bro. It is hot out here too. I'm in Florida, bro. It's freaking hot. I'd be like,
Yeah,
go
what
outside
part
to
of
work
Florida
out.
are you in?
I'm in
man.
you familiar with Port St. Lucie? I'm in South Florida.
I've heard of it.
Yeah,
I used to live in the DMV area when I was in the military, so I know about Florida.
Yeah. So it's like maybe a bigger city, Palm Beach. It's
Okay.
close, it's close to Palm Beach.
Yo, so Doc, you really be seeing alligators and all that shit down there?
Yeah, heck yeah. I just saw one yesterday.
Like you run into them, like walking down the, like you run into them, like
No,
you
I
can
mean,
just like see anyone anywhere. That's some crazy shit. Doc.
yeah, it's I mean, yeah, because it's so used to it for me. But yeah, so the rule is in Florida, man. If there's a body of water, you just assume. I don't care if it's a pool. You assume that there's a gator in there.
That's what I'm saying, man. Being,
so, go ahead.
I just don't know. I just don't know how you could be black and live around all that water and those gators. Because I would be, man, I would be the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it.
I will say it ain't like it ain't like a house in the middle of the swamp type stuff. Like they be acting like but like so you don't really see them in residential areas. Like you can, especially like in Miami or like the Everglades. But like me, like if so I work out outside. If there's a lake, if you go to the lake, you might see one sunbathing. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't like I'm at the. I've never seen one at my house. Like I've been raised in Florida. I never seen one at the crib. But there's people who have, but not. I just don't live down there in those areas.
I can do that shit.
But like in the canal or something, like in the canal or you go by a large lake, yeah. Oh, they got the signs there that says be careful of beware of alligator. They ain't playing.
You know, I'm a city boy, Doc. I need pipes. I need the water to go down. The toilet and shit through a building, not to the ground, not to the snakes come up other than I need to be going down like 8 floors or some shit like that. Fuck that.
Yeah, I just killed a snake 3 days ago.
Oh my God! I don't know how you're doing, but I don't know.
Y'all got the rats though, boy. The rats vicious too now. In them cities.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with the rats. They run from you. Those snakes are sitting there. They come to you.
That's true.
Rats are running from you.
Yeah.
You can't avoid rats no matter what state you're in. I can tell you that right now.
That's a fact. Gotta kill rats too.
Rats, you could put out traps. You can crush them, catch them. I see it all the time. But gators, no way. I would never get in the water over there.
Man.
Yeah.
Yo, you know how many places I'd have been one time if I lived in Florida? Every time I seen the gator, that'd have been the only time.
That'd have been the last time.
I ain't never been back. Yeah, of course.
No, you would have went twice. That would be your first and your last.
Yeah, that would be the end. I'm going back to Virginia. Forget this.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, I heard VA nice though. That's where you at?
Beautiful.
No, you in West Virginia. My bad. You in West Virginia.
I'm in West B now. Yeah.
When I was out there, it was Springfield.
West B is cool. But I'm still a city boy, Doc. I be seeing the big bees. You know the big bees that can't do nothing to you. They scare me more than the little bees. I mean, because they too big. You know the big yellow and black. The ones, the wood bees or something like that. They supposed to eat wood or something like that. Man, I be seeing those big bees.
Yeah. Don't ever get stung by one of those. I'll tell you that right now. Don't ever get stung. Whatever you get stung by, it's gonna blow up.
I didn't even know they sting. They said they just eat wood.
If you mess with them, if you hover around their space and they get pissed off, they will sting you.
They just not aggressive type. No, you got
not at all.
They're not like the little bees, little bastards.
I'm telling you, Ty, what's good? I didn't know Ty was back there.
Oh, you back there? Good. Ty, what's up, Ty? I'm glad you're here, Ty. What's up?
My God.
I'm gonna start Ty off.
Yes, sir. Just do what's good.
Yo, Doc, we getting close to the site with Boots. What's going on?
Ooh, let's talk about. I just saw the. I just saw the what it called, man. Y'all saw that interview?
Right. Let's talk about that. Which one?
I ain't watched the whole thing with Boots and I think it was Showbiz, and then on the DAZN channel, and then there was one with Xander and Brian Custer. I ain't finished that one either, but
I ain't gonna hold you.
They talking,
Showbiz
man.
getting on my nerves. I ain't gonna hold you. Showbiz getting on my nerves. It's really hard for me to watch Showbiz.
Yeah, I feel that.
From the hairstyle to this whole shit just be touching me up, man. It'd be hard for me to watch that dude, man.
You remind me of DMX. Remember DMX when he was talking about Drake? He said, "Man, I don't like his music. I don't like his voice. I don't like his haircut."
Wow, man, tell me how you really feel.
You feel me? Rest in peace, DMX. DMX said, "Man, I don't like Drake's music. I don't like his. He said, I don't like his haircut." That Drake had me crying. But yeah. Xander said, "Hey man," he said, "I'm gonna tag that body up." He said he got good footwork, but he ain't got footwork like me.
Hey. I don't see that. I'm sorry, I don't see that.
What you see, Dane?
Who lied to him?
Based on what I see, Xander, he's really skilled. He's really smooth, especially for how young he is.
Right.
He's captured 2 belts. I mean, that has to go noticed.
Yep.
But keep in mind when he became when he became WBO champion, he did beat he
Garcia.
won a vacant title. He
Yep.
won a vacant title that was stripped off Fundora, who I believe would have never been stripped of the WBO if he would have been so lucky to be signed with Bob Arum. He would have the WBC and the WBO, but that's aside from the point.
Talk to him.
But yeah, but anyway, Zez, he's excellent. He's slick. He's smooth. He's young. He's powerful. I could easily see him going up to 160 within the next year or two.
Me too.
He'll probably top out at 168 because he's not going to be able to maintain 154 when he gets up in his late 20s. Not at all.
Right.
But Jaron Ennis, he's 28. He's in his prime right now, and he is slick. He is powerful from both angles. And the thing is, when he's the best from the southpaw angle, and he is very, very smooth at cutting those angles. And his right hook, which of course everyone knows who watches boxing, the right hook by southpaw is one of the most dangerous, if not the most dangerous weapon in boxing. And when Xander gets taken into deep waters, like 8, 9 round, he starts getting touched up by that. He's going to look like a different person. And I think that's going to be the difference in the fight. And you can shoot me right now. I mean that figuratively. But I think Jaron Ennis is going to take this fight, man. I don't think if Xander makes it all 12 rounds, man, props to him. All the respect in the world. He's a great fighter. He's got a great future, but I don't think he's going to keep these titles. That's just me.
I like it though. I'm leaning towards Boots too, bro. I'm gonna let Oster cook. Go ahead, then we gonna let Ty break it down.
Yeah,
I like that take though, Dane. I like that take from the top to the bottom.
Yeah,
appreciate you.
I like to take with Boots, but I'm just still convinced, man. Like it's still from the eye test. You know what I mean? Because I like Boots, but it's just honestly, Boots ain't been tried yet, man. And everybody talking about what he gonna do. Boots don't even know what he gonna do because he ain't been tried yet. And this is a fact. His father even said no one took him there yet. Xander is a real good technical fighter. He ain't the best, but he's the best technical fighter Boots gonna face. I'm telling you, he's the best Boots gonna face.
Yeah.
And Xander not going nowhere. He's not going away. He's not living off a prayer. He's not none of that. He's directly focused about this fight. There wasn't no discrepancies about the fight. Now, I know people talking about the talent that Boots show, when he fighting these other people, which is cool. I'm not knocking him. Boots is a hell of a talent.
Yep.
Yeah.
But at 154, even when he came in, he ain't fight nobody. You know what I mean? He fought Lima. Like these are just facts.
But he was the IBO champion. That's still worth something, bro. That's still worth something.
Yeah, no. I'm cool with that. It's all that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not taking nothing from him. I'm just saying what they say. They say Xander ain't fighting nobody like Boots. He ain't fighting nobody athletically like Boots. But he fought people that charge like Boots and throw punches like Boots. He just got out of fight like that. He just got out of fight like that. So he definitely fought people like that. Now he ain't fighting nobody athletic.
You talking about Abbas Barra?
Yeah, he didn't fight nobody athletic as Boots that can move around and throw punches, awkwardly and stuff like that. Now that's a fact.
Right.
But I'm talking about he didn't run neither. He didn't run neither. When he fought a fight, he didn't run neither. He had a good plan for him, and he went. The fight went up and down. It wasn't like he just washed them. It went. Sometimes you thought the box was about to turn it over.
But remember they're familiar with each other too. So I give Xander credit for that too.
Exactly. So I'm saying I just can't take the way I can't take nothing from Xander. I can't put too much on Boots until after this fight.
Okay.
If this fight play out the way it's supposed to play out, I could get a more. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want to see Boots lose, but I want to see Boots get pulled down a rabbit hole and get out. Because I think that he's good enough to do it. I want to see him get pulled down that rabbit hole and make a decision in that ring. Where I'm gonna tell you one thing I don't want Boots to do. I don't want Boots to put his hands down and do that shit he do all the time.
That Matrix.
He put his hands down.
He might get
I don't
caught.
want him to do that, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't want him to do that, man, because he got a habit, when you like, and real quick, like Andre Ward said, and that was a good point. When you used to fight in a certain way, it's hard to get out of that shit, man. 35 fights in.
Yep, it could be habitual.
It's really hard, man. I hope you just don't catch it on the 5th round and decide you want to drop your hands because you got a good shot.
Yeah.
Because Xander ain't the one for that.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the one for that, man. That's just me. That's just my point with that one.
I think both of y'all made great points. I think while I do think that Boots is easily the best that Xander's faced and maybe will ever face, but I think Xander's also the best that Boots has faced though. But I will say that I think that Boots has had more. He's faced guys that have been more versatile, in my opinion, than Xander has. Like kind of like what Dane said. We won a vacant belt being Juan Garcia Perez, I believe that's his name, and then he fought. I like Abbas. You know I like Abbas. Shout out to Abbas. But I just think that I know people knocking Karen right now. I personally believe that fight, Karen could have won that fight against Patty Donovan because one of those knockdowns didn't count. But, I think Karen is a tricky, awkward fighter. I think that's a different look than Royman Villa, which is a different look than David Avenija, which is a different look than Weez Malima, which is different. You know what I'm saying? And Weez Malima, he only had one loss. What was that? Aaron McKenna, I believe. So going into the fight, and like you said, he's an IBO champion. But like you said, hey, Xander's a big guy, man. He got length. He's a bigger guy. He's taller. Yeah. Not much taller, but a little bit taller. But go ahead, Ty.
You.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, cook on that, man. Xander and Boots, man. What Oster and Dane said.
I like some of the things my brother Oster was saying. You're right about one thing. It does come down to the eye test. But you know what the best eye test is? That 1v1. When you stand in front of somebody. I'm not saying this fight is going to be like Errol Spence and Bud. But what was the one thing that we heard about? Errol was more popular.
Yep.
He had more people advocating for him, saying this is going to be for him.
Mm-hmm.
But when you actually listen to the guys that actually touch ring with them, what were they telling you? It was a clear difference between
Crawford skill level,
ability, skill level, and hand placement.
Yeah.
I had the privilege to work with both guys. I love Xander. He's a cool dude.
I didn't know you worked with Xander. I know about my bad. Go ahead.
Really?
I worked with him when they were on the card with Shakur for Jamel Herring card.
I think he told me that. I think he told me that before.
When he got into the little situation, he had to go to Cali.
Yeah.
It was at work. It was working there.
Okay. Of course I know about the
I think he told me that
I
time
know
when
you
he
worked
was
with Xander. Maybe I did it. I just forgot. Okay.
Megatron.
Yep.
They were all out there.
I remember you told me about Megatron. That's Isley for those that don't know. Troy Isley. Right?
I say this.
Yeah.
When you say you work with them, you mean you've actually done work sparred with both of them? Is that what you're saying? If I may ask.
Yeah. Sparred, been in the camp, moved around. Shit, did road work with them.
Yeah, I respect that.
Facts.
Absolutely.
Shit, just did 9 miles with boy Boots last night. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
My boy Ty certified, man. He be out there, man.
It's a big difference between the two guys.
Yeah.
One guy, I gotta make sure I got that mouthpiece a certain way. I might even have to put on the Canelo headgear, cause shit about to get rocked. Ask Boo Boo what happened the other day.
Yep, I just watched the interview with Boo Boo as well. I just watched it on the YSM, I believe.
But I do agree with Oster about the footwork with Xander. Everything's intentional with him.
Yeah.
He doesn't waste a step.
Yep.
And if he feels as though he needs to use them feet, he will.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Xander, man. You know me, I think it's I want to say 50-50, but I say 60-40 in favor of Boots, man. But I'm big on Xander. I still stand on I think that the winner and the loser will still have a future, regardless. But I mean, obviously Boots, he'll probably have less people believing in him if he loses. But I think they both will bounce back. So I think the winner and the loser are going to be in good places. But I will say with Xander, I still think that man, like Dane said, he's 22 years old. He has a lot of growth, man. I think that he has one of the highest ceilings in boxing. But right now, I think Boots is one of the most talented, if not the most talented fighters in boxing. So, yeah, I think it's hard to, I don't know. It's going to be a great fight, man. I'm just happy.
Yeah, it's going to be. What you think about this, Doc? What you think? Like, I had another take. I said, because this is one of those fights you really can't. This is hard. This is harder than the fucking Spence and Dang fight, to be honest with you.
I'm telling you.
But yeah, I had another take. I said that if Boots don't get Xander out of there by the 6th round, and Xander is, you know what I mean? And Xander, I'm saying if he don't get him out of there by the 6th round, and Xander is comfortable in there,
It's gonna get ugly.
This could turn into a real good fight. Like, it could turn into a real good fight. I'm talking
I
about like
beg
115,
different.
114. Yeah.
If he don't get him out there in 6, it's gonna look like the tail end of Shakur and T.O. Somebody's gonna get discouraged, and somebody going into survival mode.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna see that because this fight can go a lot of ways. This shit can, it can go one round. Shit, to be honest with you.
I will say this. What makes me, like I told you, you know, I didn't think this fight was gonna happen. I didn't think, not because Xander is not about that life or Boots not about that life, but because I didn't think that Top Rank was gonna allow Xander. But I will say this: I know Top Rank didn't really want it. You know, as far as what I've seen from like some of the executives, like Carl Moretti and stuff. I believe it's Carl Moretti. But what's the name? Xander Zayas, that Centennial, his trainer. Oh, man, that guy's good, man. And if they see something,
man.
that
surprised me too. That surprised me when
Did you ask Javier what he think?
Yeah, Javier Centennial. Yeah, no, I didn't. I remember I saw an interview. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I remember he said that he didn't really want it at first either. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah. I saw
OG
that.
Derek ain't never looked Boots in his eyes and asked him, was he sure? Bomac ain't never look at Bud eyes and say, you sure about that?
That's true.
Yeah, I know.
They went straight to the drawing board.
That's true.
Yo, you know what, Ty? The funny thing about it is that and you know how some people be cocky, and you can see the kind of cockiness in them. I don't see it in Xander. I just think Xander really believe in his heart that.
I think so too.
You know,
he do.
I think he really believe in his heart. I don't think it's no like, you know, no, because I didn't hear him. Yo, that's just the one thing, man. I gotta. That's kind of. You know what I mean? That's kind of, and that on top of the way you fight, like you've been known to stick to the plan. Like you're not knowing. And that's what he said about Boots. He said, "Yo, man, he get a little crazy in the ring sometimes. Sometimes people be watching you, man. They be watching you. They watch your fight and they watch your style. And you like, and same thing people say about Keyshawn with Dev. They say, Dev would beat Keyshawn because Keyshawn might can beat Dev, but in his head he can't. Because Dev would get in his head.
Yeah, got the mental edge.
These fighters that get in your head and fight one way, and you be fucking pissed off with a fight like that. You know, Dev will get on his bike, and you'll be mad at that. He'll grab you 100 times in that fight.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think, if I may interject, I don't think that would so much bother Shakur in the ring. I think some of the gamesmanship outside of the ring is what pisses him off. For instance, at the Oshaki Foster fight, seeing his boy lose, and seeing that's what gets in his head. His head when he actually gets in the ring, he's locked in. I've never seen him, even with the audience booing, look like he's frustrated. Never, even when things aren't going his way.
Yeah.
You said Shakur. You're 100% right about that, Doc. I always told you, out the ring, I don't fuck with Shakur. In the ring, you just can't beat him. You know that. I always say that. I said Keyshawn now. Keyshawn got mental problems. Keyshawn, he ain't got it together in that ring all day. He's still in a fight like Deb and Keyshawn. That's just to me. I think Deb will just play with his head and
yeah, I got Devin. I got Devin in that, but people.
Yeah, I have to concur.
Yeah,
I have to concur. I mean, I don't want to say too much negative about Keyshawn Davis. He's got a lot of talent, but man, he loses his temper so quickly. And that last fight, he was winning, and just by the fact that homie was constantly grabbing and holding, he got irate, and he was
he body slammed him. He body slammed him.
Yeah, man. He picked him. You know, quite frankly, if that was another boxer on another show, he would have been DQ'd. If he wasn't a star, that would have been game over.
Yeah, he definitely could have been, for sure. I was like, oh Lord, even with the which I thought the slam was worse. I thought the slam on the here Albright was worse than Ford's getting tossed out, but Shock lucky too. Shock could have got DQ too. He lucky too.
Hey yo, can I say something, Doc? I'm glad you said that. Yo, I'm glad you said that, because one day, a top, we got to go to the film on this. I swear to God, I really think that Ford tried to get him disqualified. If you look when he first, next time you watch him fall, when he first hit the floor, when he first hit it, anybody in their natural fucking brain will see the floor right there, and they putting their hands out to stop.
You feel me?
That's
He
just
just
a natural
slid. That's why I said, bro.
It looked like Doc. Look, Doc. It looked like he pushed himself a little bit.
Yeah.
I swear to God, it was
He's out there flopping,
when he
man. Look
first
like
fell,
SGA,
it's like
man.
he said, boom, and then he took off and just started flying out the ring. I'm like, yo, hold on, you don't fall like that. That ain't no real fall.
Yeah,
ring.
yeah. Preach.
Oh, what kind of Florida
Yeah.
that,
You
man?
talking
That's
about
some
my boy,
bullshit.
right?
Yeah.
If I may put it,
Hey, yo, chill
I
out, chill
swear
out.
to God, yeah.
You tweak.
Yeah, we gotta go to the film, Ty. We gotta go to the film, man.
Bro, I'm about to
We
play it
go to
right
the
now.
film. You see him get Uncle Phil.
You see, he got Uncle Phil.
Hey, yo.
Uncle
Hey, yo,
Phil.
hey,
Oh,
Doc,
come
remember
on,
you used to be in the
man.
pool and you
Really?
used to swim like
Uncle
that?
Phil.
What's that? When you used to swim like that with your belly, when you were in the
Belly
pool, it looked
flop.
like you
He
did that
belly
shit.
flop.
I'm like, yo, this
He
shit
was
like
already slipping, and Shock didn't mean to throw him that hard.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
Like, I agree.
exactly.
I don't think it was
Thank you.
intentional, but the ref, bro,
could've
you
stopped
supposed to
that
do something.
But I ain't gonna lie to you. I wear Osa, bro. He had to slide like he was sliding like what's that thing called? The super slippy slide when you throw it on the grass. You know what I'm talking about? You just slide and you put the water on the slide.
I'm like,
Come
But
on, man.
here's why the ref. Here's why the ref didn't take a point. You notice how when homie went through the bottom of the ropes. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit excited.
No, you
When
good.
he went through the bottom of the ropes, he fell on the floor. He nonchalantly got up like it obviously didn't hurt him. He didn't try to stop it.
No.
He broke his fall like nothing. He just shimmied right back in the ring. What were the first words out of his mouth? What, you're not going to take a point? You're not going to do anything? He was campaigning. He was campaigning.
God, man.
He was campaigning.
Brown.
That was
That's the
bullshit.
He was
he was actually
campaigning,
helped
man.
up. It's two calls that ref could have called right there.
Oh, when he was helping him?
He could have.
He could have called the fight off the minute that Ray was touched.
Yep.
Or we ducked the point.
Yeah.
That's two things that were flagrant.
Yeah, he should have took. I think he should have took a point, but
that ref looked around and was like, I'm in Houston. Whose city is this? Man, I ain't calling shit.
He said I ain't calling Jay Prince out there. Nah.
You know something? That's exactly how I felt when I was a very young man and I watched Barrera versus Naseem Hamed, and I saw Barrera tackle him, punch Naseem on the ground, and then round 12 puts him in a headlock and slams his head in the freaking turnbuckle. And I'm saying, man, this should have been DQ'd twice.
Right.
I mean, what is this? Is this MMA before it was legal, or is this actually a boxing match?
Right.
And then homeboy gets the win when I thought it was 14-3 after the point deduction, and the judges, what? They gave him like a 15-11 score, a 16-11 score. I'm like, BS. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit excited.
You went with you had Ahmed with it?
Yeah.
Respect.
No. I had him doing a lot better than what the judges said.
Okay.
But I thought that he lost 14-3 after the point deduction.
Right.
And I thought a DQ was absolutely warranted, especially after round 12.
Yeah.
After he had already body slammed and punched him on the floor in round 2. That was absurd. That was egregious. He could have been. I mean, no.
That's
I know.
true.
I mean, I sound like.
Oh man. No, you're right. Hey, babyface aside, I ain't gonna lie. I was going for MAB, so. But no, you're right though. Yeah, you're right about that. That was.
I had a "Do you know where you at" moment in the amateurs.
Yeah.
I was fighting Brian Castano.
Oh yeah.
And I stopped him, but they disqualified me and said I elbowed him.
Wow.
What?
You ain't tell me that story.
PR.
Wow.
I did. It's on your live. I told you all that.
You told me that before?
I believe you.
I be missed, bro.
Yeah,
I be forgetting, bro. That's what's up, man. I remember you told me you should. I didn't remember they robbed you though. That's crazy.
They packed my ass up out of there.
That's crazy, bro. Cause Brian
They told
Castano.
my trainer. They told him, "Do you know where you at?"
Do you know where you at? That's crazy, bro. That's a boxing. It's a dirty business, man. It's a dirty business, man.
Yeah.
You that B side, boy, you in trouble, man.
And that was to get into the Pan Am Games.
Wow.
I'm telling you, if you the A side, you could do shit like take knees,
That's
wipe your
crazy.
face off. You could do all type of shit as an A-side.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? I'm telling you, you could do all types of shit. Remember Crawford? Remember Crawford was the B-side? He couldn't do nothing. Crawford couldn't do a goddamn thing. Yeah, and he wasn't doing nothing. He couldn't do nothing. They couldn't do nothing. He wasn't doing nothing. Yo, I swear to
Yeah,
God,
but he
niggas
still
wasn't
was
even
getting
talking.
those wins, though. He was still
Mhm.
getting those wins. He
Mhm.
was still
No,
getting
I'm
that
saying, but when he
attention. He
came,
was still getting
when
those
he came
title shots.
A-side, no, I'm saying when he came to A-side, then it was a different story. You know, he doing shit like taking pictures of Trump now. You know, crazy shit. But no,
Oh
I'm just
no,
saying,
way
it is
be.
what it is. You
I'm sorry.
motherfuckers is nuts. You know?
Yeah, but way
Niggas is nuts,
before
man.
that, way before that, he got the first crack at the WBO. And what was his name? Errol Spence had a legitimate claim to that belt long before Bud sashayed up in the
That
147.
top
And
rank.
I'm not even talking about. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
It's
I'm
not
not
top
even
rank.
talking about who.
Terrence Crawford
Yeah, I'm
was
not.
the WBO super champion at 140. Ain't
Yep.
nobody got more
Exactly.
priority than him.
Yep. What
At
Bob orders.
147, that's a different
Mhm.
division,
No,
man.
no, no, no. Read the bylaws. As a WBO super champion, you are allowed to skip the line to challenge the champion above or below.
Oh, true. Yeah. W. Yeah,
Ain't nothing
that's true.
Bob can say about
All
that.
right.
The super status. You right. You right. Yep.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're
That's
right
that's
about
what that's why
that.
Tio could have fought. What's his name? Norman. If he really wanted to, talking that trash.
A status that Shakur actually can apply for
Yep.
because he has the amateur pedigree and the championship pedigree as a pro to get that.
And they said Terrence Crawford got some love too though. O'Shea got some love with was it Mean Machine dropped him?
Yeah.
And he got some love with the gloves, man. Was it against David Avenesius? He had them suspicious gloves, man. I thought he was trained by Robert Garcia. I mess with you, man. I mess with you, man.
I give you that. I give you Mean Machine.
No. I don't believe that. Hey, you know, I'm just telling you that that's just what they say. You know, that's what they say.
They claim that, but man, Everlast put out an official statement about them damn gloves.
Right.
Both sets.
Right.
His first one ripped in the locker room.
Yep.
They always got something about the great. It's all good.
Man.
They always got something about the great. It's all good. When they got those manufactured motherfuckers on the other side of town.
Talk to them.
You know what I mean?
I
on the other side of town manufactured.
I have a question since y'all on the panel, man. What time is there a time that you all would prefer for the lives? Because I got a little bit more free time. I don't really have too much time in the evening though, still, but like in the morning, like I was thinking like 10:30 a.m. on Eastern Standard Time or 11:30 or this
Eastern time.
What y'all think?
That would be about 8 Western time. So,
well, that's early for you. Yeah, that's true. Cause you 3 hours.
Yeah, brother. But I mean, I always end up catching the back end. But you got to do what's right for you, bro. It's your channel.
Appreciate that, Dave. Shout out to you.
Yeah, I don't care. My time is, I be in my
10:30, 11 o'clock Eastern. That sounds like a peak time because on a regular, it's usually no hate to these other creators. You hear a bunch of goofy stuff and random things that have nothing to do with boxing from these creators during that time slot. I'd rather hear you on.
All right, I bet. Appreciate it, man. I just want to know
what I swear to God, because
the pulse of the people.
I told you just now, I thought you put a video up because I seen it. So I clicked on and then I seen you live and I said, did I miss it? Because so I'm listening for a minute. I see the messages. I said, oh shit, no, I caught him. I'm like, oh shit, but I don't get the fucking notification no more. I just don't know why.
That's crazy. Yeah,
I get your notification for your videos. I catch your videos. Like you just put a couple of videos. I catch your videos all the time, but the live. Remember I told you before I said, yo, Doc, I don't know. I used to always like when you go live, it come up Doc live. You know, like I see Irony go live and be posted, but like yo, Irony going live. And I'm like, yo, Doc, I don't see it no more. I don't know why.
I don't know why either, Robbie. I looked into that so many times, bro. YouTube, I don't know, bro. I believe you too, because you're not the only person. Like I said, you're not the only person that says that you don't get my notification. I don't know what else to do. That's why I can only say like the Discord. That's why I know it's annoying sometimes, but that's why I put like the notifications in Discord whenever I go live or drop a video, because the Discord doesn't really miss. But YouTube, I don't get it. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't understand that, but they can't stop the flow though. They can't.
That's
stop.
it.
YouTube is always some bullshit anyway.
That's
though.
it. That's it.
YouTube must be owned by Trump.
Y'all been watching the World Cup? No, not really.
Yo, they got
no, I'm not a big soccer fan.
I ain't a big soccer fan, but I just came from Turkey, right? So.
Oh yeah. How was that?
Yeah, I was in. That shit was the shit. Man, I went to Amsterdam, Turkey, and Paris.
That's what I'm
And
talking
came
about,
back. But
man.
Turkey was Amsterdam, that was the shit. I mean, that's the Amsterdam. But Turkey, I didn't know Turkey was like that. I must be a dumb motherfucker because I had Istanbul. When I tell you,
Istanbul, yeah.
boy,
It's nice.
What? Now look, geographically, it looked like the hood. True story though. It looked like an old New York. I'm like, oh shit. It's like an old New York, but it's big. It's just beautiful people. It's just crazy. I ain't never been in a country where nobody pay you no attention.
That's what's up, man. I got a homegirl from there. Engineer. She from Turkey.
I'm telling you,
she
man.
told me to
I
go.
ain't seen nobody. I ain't seen no big heavyset girls with no disrespect to the U.S. I seen no Kim Kardashians. I'm telling you, man. Shit.
I'm sorry.
I was buzzing.
I ain't seen that with Kim Kardashian. Hey, it's close.
I seen her Chloe.
She from Armenia, right? That's close. You see the Chloe out there? And then Turkey and Armenia. Armenia close to Turkey, so that makes sense.
You're gonna get me in trouble if I laugh. Oh.
That said, I ain't seen no. He said, "Hey, no obesity out there, huh? They all slim jimmies."
Man, I'm telling you, man.
Sexy flexy.
I'm looking around, Doc. I got my little camera on my little, I'm on my little joint because I'm a tourist. I'm looking around. We in a big ass mall. This big ass mall. But I'm by myself. I went Dolo by myself, and I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers out here, B. I'm like, but Turkey is nice, but Turkey different though. That security in Turkey is out of control. Yo, they don't take no. Listen to this. You only can have new faces. Whatever is the newest face of the bill.
Yeah.
That's the only thing they take.
Oh yeah.
They'll take U.S. currency, but you can't have like an old $100 bill. You can't have no markings on the money. You know how people be like, my first $100 bill for having my business, that ain't gonna sell in Turkey. You can't spend that. You can't spend none of that. It gotta be straight, clean. Yeah, for real. I'm talking about no stains. You know, sometimes you have like a stain on your money, but it's good.
Absolutely.
None of that.
They said they want that clean. They want that clean money. Nothing stepped on. Nothing.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
And it got to be the newest money. Like it got to be like the newest $100 bill, the newest 20. It can't even be the old one. Like the one that they just had. It can't be that one. I was like, yo, these motherfuckers is real. And then you know on the internet, you know sometimes you ain't got no internet. You outside, so you go to the mall, and the mall always got free internet.
Yeah.
You need a Turkish number to get free Wi-Fi in Turkey. You gotta have a Turkish number.
They said they tracking everything.
Listen, homie, I'm like, okay, yo on game, huh? On game out here.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought you was gonna come out here and get a free hairline, brother? Now we tracking that.
I thought it was a free Wi-Fi. I'm like, I can't get free Wi-Fi in the joint.
Hey, that's good though, man. I bet you the crime ain't too bad. How's the crime out there? Probably not too bad with all that.
It ain't. Nah, the dude told me. The dude that's with me, he told me, he said, to be honest with you, living wise, he said Turkey is one of the less crime countries.
Yeah, I bet.
Out here, I'm talking about living wise, and you can tell that. No lie, you can tell because and I didn't know it was 90% Islamic. Doc, you wouldn't like Turkey, Doc. You don't sell no pork. You be mad as hell.
I ain't got no roadies, no bacon, no sausage. I ain't got no swine.
Yo, the dude, like I said, he said, there's no pork in this country. Because I'm like, yo, give me something to eat, but I don't eat anything but pork.
Yeah.
He said, don't worry about that. There ain't no pork in this country.
I know they have a large population of Muslims. I knew that. Yeah.
And the best thing about it, though, to be honest with you, you pray 5 times a day.
Yeah.
But it play out through the whole city. Like, no matter where you at, it's on like a loud. I don't know if it's different areas, but you hear it. Like
that's what's up, man.
And you see people praying in the street, like everywhere. Yo, it's peaceful. Nobody paying you no mind. You know how you walking, people staring at you.
Yeah.
Yo, you don't feel none of that. I was like, yo, this is.
That's what I'm saying. Right? I gotta get out. You gotta travel. I gotta travel more, man. I ain't never been to the continent of Africa, Europe. I never been to Asia. You know what I'm saying?
Now, give or take. Now, Taken 2. Taken 2 is made there, right? You see nothing but taking cars. I see this but the taking cars. You slide right up on and slide this. Yeah, I call them taking cars.
Hey, best right get snatched up, get taken out there.
They slide right up on you. Yo, every car got the little, the little slide joint, like a little van. Every car is little cars. And I'm like, God damn, you gotta be looking at every car slide up. The deliveries is like that. Everything. I said, yo, this thing little thing, huh? These little cars with the slide doors.
That's crazy.
I call them taking cars.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That movie, I love that movie, Taken. Yes, sir, man. Well, fellas, man, I'm about to go ahead and slide. Y'all gotta give me some food, man. I haven't eaten yet, so We give you some food. I
Oh
appreciate
man,
y'all calling in.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
I'm
gotta
tripping.
do that.
Yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, I drank some
No pizza, Doc. No
water
pizza.
though. Yeah,
No pizza.
no pizza, no Papa John's either.
Hold on. You can't beat the allegations with the pizza. You took the payment. That's why Robert not fucking with you.
Nah.
Remember, that's his op.
That's his op. That's a fact. I took a straight. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, Bozy hooked me up. I was hungry too. Hey, shout out to Bozy, man.
Yo,
That's
I'm gonna be on with you, Doc, because I know you're gonna hold a fight with Xander and them, but this might be one fight that I might go to the Zone and buy. You know I don't fuck with the Zone, but I want to see this fight.
Bro, I got this, bro. You know, I'm so mad I'm not going, dog. Man, I'm still trying to look at it and see. I know, Ty, you going, ain't it?
Yeah, I got my room already set up. You know I'm in there.
That's what's up.
Nice.
Dan, you going?
Yo, give me a ticket, Ty.
Am I going? Oh, man, I wish I was going, but no,
I'll see what
brother,
I can
I'm
do.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you give me a ticket, Ty, I'll come down.
You going? That's what I'm thinking, bro. I'm still thinking about it, man.
Right, I do.
Hey, if I may ask, Ty, are you currently active as in professional?
Nah. Right now, I just do sparring. I'm a career nurse.
Okay. All right.
The aspirations to be a pro died when I was 21. I chose to be a wrestler rather than a boxer, and I kind of regret that decision.
Oh, wow. You know, we got
Why?
more in common than you might think, but I think you're a little bit younger than I am, but that's why I asked, because I still train. I'm an older guy now, but I wrestled in college. I trained a lot in boxing. I still train in boxing. Wrestling, not so much. I mean, I don't want to be that guy that trains at college at this age, and now I'm just not going to do that. But I just wanted to know. Props to that.
But you said you wrestled at college. Where at? I gotta know.
Okay, yeah, it was the junior college circuit over here in California. It was BC, Bakersfield College.
Oh, you was out there in Cali.
Out there in Cali.
Yeah. So I don't even know what state you are from, brother.
Oh, I'm from Jersey, but everybody think I'm from Philly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They see the beard,
Yeah,
the musty oils, you know.
Boy, out there, man.
Yo, Doc, you know you gotta have a segment with, man. We gotta talk about.
What's
I
that?
want to talk about this UFC versus these boxers. I want to really get into that.
We can
Not
do,
now.
Yeah, we can do that for sure.
Time.
Yeah, because I don't even know why. I mean, I know why they do it for the money, but
man. Like,
yeah, I think they're delusional too, man. Like as far as them coming to boxing, you know, if the boxers went over to MMA, now we talking. But MMA going to boxing, like, come on, man, you know what time it is.
Yeah, it's just not gonna work. I'm sorry.
Right.
We already saw that. We already saw that with the best at the time. I mean, in my humble opinion, even I don't like the guy. Conor McGregor did have some sweet hands, even though he used a lot of feet.
Yeah.
But when he got in there as a 28, 29-year-old man versus a 40-year-old Floyd, who wasn't even the best shape, he looked like a duck out of water. He was trying to look sweet, look like Prince Nassim, and it was not happening. I'm sorry.
And that's my point. And you know what I'm saying, Doc? That's my point. Yeah, you look like you could box at the UFC, because they can't box. Yo, it look good. It look good in that ring, in that octagon. But you get in this ring, where it's about these hands, you're gonna see the whole difference, man. You're gonna see the whole.
Sean Strickland or Chuck Liddell?
Oh, I was asking Sean Strickland.
Oh,
I asked him what happened when that 16-year-old amateur boy put them hands on him in that gym.
Not the 60-year-old amateur.
I'm telling you,
bing, 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 bing.
It's different.
It's a big difference.
Big
and my man told me all the time.
Lubin packed him up too.
Yo, Ty, my man E told me all the time. He be like, yo, I'm telling you, man. He be like, these motherfuckers is crazy. He said, I'm telling you, man. He said, you know who delusional? He said, fuck the UFC niggas. He said, those jail boxers. He said, they delusional. They think that jail shit. They come out. He said, I'm telling you right now. He said, the jail boxers come out and come to the gym and get their ass whipped all the time. They always think that jail shit is working. Yeah, I swear to God, he said, yo, I'm telling you right now. They come in the ring, they come into the gym all the time with that jail shit and get beat up. Yo.
That's crazy. But y'all finna slide though, fellas, man. Hey, y'all can chill, do your thing, man. I'm just gonna go get some food, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up for real.
Yeah, don't get out yet.
What you say?
I got I was telling Oster don't leave out. I got to rap with him real quick.
Yeah. Sure. I'm just
All
signing.
right.
Y'all do your thing, man. Dane, you be easy. Hey, man, appreciate you. First
All
time
right.
too, man. Shout out to Dane, man. Hopefully the first of many, man.
Yeah, I'd like to come back. It was a pleasure talking to you all. It was a pleasure
Man,
talking to you all. I
Man,
mean
same
that.
to you, bro.
Appreciate
Same to
you.
you, man. Yes, sir. I love the insight, man. Shout out to Ty with his insight. Shout out to Oster. Appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to the, everybody in the chat. But
Boots and 6.
Boots and 6. I got Boots. I got Boots UD.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. Y'all gonna be mad at me with this one, dude.
What you got, bro?
Yeah, I mean, listen, right now, I got Xander, man.
Hey,
I got
He
Xander.
won in the first 2 rounds, and then he getting stopped.
I got Xander by decision, man.
I ain't mad at that.
I got faith. I got faith, and I got faith in a lot of things about Xander, but there's one I got faith in. Those combos. He throw enough of those combos to disrupt Boots.
Yeah.
He a big target. He has the wrong
right,
body
y'all.
type.
Alex, my guy. Shout out to Alex pulling up, man. Alexander. What's good, man? Shout out to the fellas for pulling up, man. Shout out to Ty coming through, man. Always, you feel me? Always holding me down. I appreciate it. Providing that insight. Shout out to Oster, always holding me down, providing, you know what I'm saying? The funny commentary and the insight as well. Shout out to Dane for coming through for the first time. Like I said, hopefully it's the first time of many. Always a pleasure hearing from the Boxing Talk family, bro. Because I don't just like talking by myself. I have a lot to say. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot to say. But at the same time, I like hearing from the people too. Because y'all got a lot to say. Sometimes y'all be putting me on game. A lot of times y'all be putting me on game. So, I think it's always good to give a different look. I appreciate y'all rocking as always. I'm going to be back on, what's today? Tuesday? Probably be back on Thursday, good Lord willing. But I'm going to drop videos in between. So, keep the notifications on. Hit that like button. And, yeah, all that good stuff at Bob Bonds, man. Y'all be easy. Take care of yourselves. I'm going to catch you on the flip side. But remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. BTF rise up, baby.
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.